Hey everybody, welcome to Vegify, where the catchphrase is always different, but at least the intro is always short. Well, everyone, tonight's guest is an expert. Not just in the kitchen. Yeah, not just in the kitchen. Not just at search engine optimization, though he is excellent at those things. No, where this man truly shines is in his ability to entertain. You can find his articles on bunnyears.com with titles like Easy Steps to Ensure You'll Die Alone and I Live in Constant, Unrelenting Fear of Whatever Justin Timberlake Has Planned for May. Please welcome to the stream, Brian Gilmore. Hey!
Hello. Hi. Thanks for joining. How's it going, John?
It's going good. How you doing, Brian?
I'm pretty well. Just,
good.
Hanging out in my well-lit kitchen for once. My kitchen is usually very dark for some reason.
Okay.
Your kitchen is great. You have like a whole island situation going.
Yeah, it's for being apartment living, it's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. I got no major complaints about living here. Oh, hey Lauren, that's Lauren L from Twitter and Twitch. So hey Lauren, thanks for watching the show. All right, so tonight we're doing a spicy vegan corn chowder. I feel like we've got like a format that I was working on, like guest questions. What weird food combinations do you really enjoy?
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, there's like a lot of. I like taking classic food combinations and just doing other versions of those so that you still hit that sort of like taste memory of like, okay, here's an example. Like my favorite PB&J is pistachio butter with onion jam on rye. And so that's like, it almost tastes savory, but it's ridiculously good and it hits the same notes as a PB&J, but it's like a good little departure from it that doesn't make you seem like, you're just, having a bad school lunch.
Right.
And it just feels like you're an adult. Like you can eat that with like a matcha drink and feel like you've had food.
Nice.
Which is good, yeah, because PB&J is usually like kind of like a sad meal for me. I'm trying to make that maybe a little better, yeah.
As an adult, definitely stepping that up and feeling like you've gone a little gourmet is a step in a more sophisticated direction, maybe. It's good.
Well, I'm 35 years old, John. Yeah, we're going to need to start switching into pistachio and doing onion because a kid would never eat that.
No. Grown-ups never eat. No, not these things. Yep. No, we eat sophisticated food.
Do you answer these questions?
That's a good question. I probably should, which means I should switch them up more often than I have been. This is a question that Brett and Whitney asked on the last stream, and I was like, that's a good question. I'll bring it up on the next one. So my answer last time was jalapeno kettle chips and this Miyoko's cheddar dip, which I can't find anymore, but it's really good.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. That sounds amazing. Because then pretty much what you're doing is you're creating nachos.
Exactly, which is not a weird food combination, but not at all. But it is
weird with potatoes instead of like tortilla chips.
Exactly.
So, that's interesting. Ooh, I kind of want to try that. Do you ever have Misha's?
I've never had Misha's.
Oh my god. Okay, so Misha's is my favorite like vegan dipping cheese.
Okay.
And I think they're fairly local, and you can find them at Bestie's Vegan Paradise at Bestie's Vegan Paradise. And it's
nice.
It's so good. They have like a whole cheese counter there. I live a few blocks from a vegan like market, which is huge for a vegan market, and it has everything you could possibly imagine. And so they get like local cheeses and stuff there, and it's a wonderful place to go.
I got to make it into LA more often to try to hit up Bestie's. I haven't been back in, obviously since quarantine began, which we were just talking about a few minutes ago. But yeah. It's been a heck of a quarantine.
Yeah. Well, you said you're a little far out, and so you haven't been going out as much, right?
Right. Yeah. No. Orange County is just far enough away. Like once you got to put on the mask and disinfect everything, it's like that's another hour onto my day. So yeah, a vegan cheese. We have to try all the vegan cheeses today. That's true.
Yeah. Thanks, Janae. We saw your comment.
Very supportive.
We've got to try. Yeah, no one's ever heard of a vegan cheese. So
All right.
well, today we're going to be using one called. Well, we're going to be using two, right? You have Follow Your Heart,
I do.
and
Yes.
what do you? When do you want to get started on the recipe? Am I jumping the gun?
No, you're not jumping the gun at all. I totally jumped forward scenes, and you totally read me right. We've
Okay,
got
great.
we're doing it tonight. We're doing a spicy vegan corn chowder with an edible mini pumpkin and roasted pumpkin seeds, uh, which is the most deluxe meal I've literally ever made in my life, and I cannot wait to do it.
Now, did you practice this at all, or is this the first time you're ever going to make this?
This is the first time I'm ever going to make this. When I edit this down
Oh,
for the
that's so
YouTube video,
cool.
yeah,
This
right?
is really fun. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me know when you want to get started. Do you just want to do it?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. So to start us off, we're going to be using a vegan cheese on this because this is pretty much like just a vegan take on your standard sort of corn chowder. But we're using a few things that make it sort of, I guess, a little less trying to be like something that isn't vegan and something about more respecting the vegetables and respecting the actual ingredients that we're putting into it so that we're sort of celebrating the taste of the actual thing instead of trying to make it taste like something it isn't, you know?
Nice.
Like, all of my vegan recipes are usually something that work. Okay, so I know, like, as a vegan that you can, because I'm not a vegan, I'm just an ally, but like, I know that as a vegan,
Thank
like, a lot of times you're ordering food and there's like, you're left out of everything except for like two things. And so my goal with my vegan recipes is to make omnivores feel left out about a thing that really isn't for them, but is a thing that they're not used to.
Nice.
So it's not like, oh, let's do a vegan blank. It's like, no, it's going to have its own fucking name and it's going to be its own fucking thing.
Hell yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's food. Like,
yes.
This isn't an allergy. It's a lifestyle choice. Like that's the difference for me, at least.
Thanks, man. Yeah, thank you.
To start us off, we are going to be doing just your basic mirepoix. So if you haven't heard that word before, a mirepoix is just your standard beginning of a soup. So a mirepoix is just what like the French call carrots, celery, onions, garlic. And that's your most basic mirepoix. So let's make our mirepoix since we're going to be doing everything on camera.
Sounds good. Where do I start?
I just hit a bell. Yeah.
That was perfect. Whoever did that was great.
I just dropped a vape. Yeah.
Nice work.
Yep,
that was the universe punctuating the work for us.
Cool.
Okay, so I start.
Right. So right now I'm getting started on cutting 3 celery stalks.
Okay. So I've got my kitchen knife. I'm remembering all the things I've learned from YouTube about how to not get my knuckle in the way of the knife.
Oh yeah, I mean you kind of do want your knuckle in sort of the way of against the blade itself, though, right?
Exactly. Right. How to keep it from getting cut is maybe a more accurate way to say that on my part.
Yeah. Let me do that a little bit. We can actually see some of this stuff here.
Heck yeah, man. Oh, I love those tiger stripe pumpkins you got there. They're great.
Oh, right? Aren't they cute?
Yeah. Cute as heck.
They're just doing that. I bought this knife like last holiday season. It is my baby.
Was that? Oh, that's gorgeous.
This guy, yeah. It's an 8-inch Damascus steel Kramer by Zwilling. Bob Kramer is one of I think 14 blade masters in the U.S. Or I think no, there's 70 something. There's only 14 that do kitchen stuff. And so getting a knife from him will usually cost you as much as a shitty car.
Okay.
And so that's
wow.
And so he partnered with Zwilling, the knife company, and they make probably the best knife I've held in my entire life.
Oh, right tools for the job, always.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. All right, so I got my celery all cut. I'm gonna mince some garlic.
Okay.
How
many bulbs are you doing?
Let me see. How many bulbs did I say we should do? Because everyone knows the rule with garlic is pretty much a tablespoon of fresh minced garlic usually means at least a tablespoon of fresh minced garlic. So you can really do as much as you want. So I'm doing like a heaping tablespoon because it's garlic. So
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll use,
Yeah.
looks like,
do
yeah.
you ever use any infused olive oils?
I have never used an infused olive oil. Do you
Okay,
infuse it
so
yourself?
One thing, I know lots of people, if you make dinner, like if you have a family or if you make dinner every night for your significant other or, you know, kids or whoever, like, you're probably pretty sick of mincing garlic every single night of your life. And I've actually found that, like, having a garlic infused olive oil that you actually trust is like a really good hack for like not mincing garlic. So if you want for this recipe, if you happen to have a garlic infused olive oil, chop some garlic until you run out of patience, and then just do the rest with that. Like that's totally fine.
Okay. All right. Alternatives. This is good. I spent a few years teaching yoga, and having alternatives for the class was always just, it's a teacher who's just a cut above, who's got those
Well,
alternatives
yeah,
ready.
I mean, it's cooking and it's quarantine, so it's going to be all about alternatives. Like, some people might not have carrots, actually, and the first time I ever made this recipe, I made it without carrots by accident, and it turned out great. So
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I decided to have carrots because part of the reason we're doing, how finely are you chopping your celery, by the way?
What about chopping my celery? What?
How finely are you chopping your celery?
About. Let's see, you're not able to see that. Let's see.
Is that like
About.
an inch?
Yeah, I
Okay,
guess.
that's good. So
Okay.
what we want to do for this soup is we want to keep our mirepoix exactly like you just did, in that we want bigger pieces. One, because we're going to puree like half of it, and two, because there's no like protein or whatever in it. The protein is the pumpkin that you scoop with every bite of the soup.
Okay.
And quote unquote, and so you want the vegetables to be big, like big old chunks, just so
Okay.
you have like more texture in there.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
All right.
So chop some garlic.
Okay.
Garlic done. Now I think it says 3 carrots, right?
3. Yes, that is about.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so I just got a mini guy.
Garlic comes from the heart, not the recipe. Nice, Janae.
Of rainbow carrots, just because I really like rainbow carrots. I mean, they're prettier and they're more interesting to look at. And whenever it's like a plant is like purple, do you know that it has more nutrients?
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if you ever see like purple kale is actually like it turns purple because it's trying to survive winter. And so it's releasing more nutrients to try to stay alive. It's kind of sad if you anthropomorphize it. Like, if you anthropomorphize it, it's like a horrible, horrible, excruciating death for these beautiful salad ingredients. But, like, yeah, I don't know. I think they're prettier, so.
Okay, fair enough.
Baby carrots. Yeah.
Fair enough. I did. That is the most I've ever known about purple vegetables. I had heard. I remember a line about like purple strains in wheat in the movie Half Baked, and that's from like 30 years ago. Yeah.
Is the same true for those in any way, shape, or form?
If the bike messenger in that movie is to be believed, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okie dokes.
Yeah. Let's. Okay, so thick chunks for the carrots as well.
Yep.
All right.
Not huge, but like half inchers, like you showed me with the celery.
Heck yeah, can do. This is exciting. I made a pretty good soup about a year ago and have not done so since. And I love soup. It's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, this soup's gonna be a blast. I love this soup.
We are very good at anthropomorphizing. Yes, I agree, Janae.
What did you say?
She said we're vegans. We're very good at anthropomorphizing.
Janae's funny. I miss Janae.
Yeah.
Janae is our friend.
Janae is our friend. And a good friend at that. She helped me determine whether Impossible or Beyond was better a few weeks back. And I'll have that edit up on the channel Any day
I mean,
now.
is that even, oh, is it a spoiler? Can you not like say anything
Oh,
about it?
it was 1-to-1. It was
Whoa!
yeah, 1-to-1. I liked Impossible. She liked Beyond.
Oh damn! I
I
think
know we.
Impossible is better, but
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I mean, you can debate, but you're just wrong. But
yeah, it's true.
we
Have you done Impossible and Impossible the first one versus 2.0?
I didn't know they had done a 2.0. That's
That's what they
interesting.
serve at Monty's, that vegan hamburger place.
Okay.
It's like in East LA, in East Hollywood. There's a well-loved place called Monty's, which I tried it for the first time last week, and it, for all intents and purposes, is like the perfect In-N-Out substitute.
Nice.
And it is delicious. It is really, it's like a solid burger. It won't
Heck yeah.
change your life, but it'll be a burger you can count on, you know?
Yeah, that's that. I love that we've gotten to the point in vegan recipes where it's no longer it's like, oh, this is slightly better than the last amazing burger I had.
Well, it
Uh,
won't weigh you down. Like the one of the best parts about vegan recipes in general is that like it won't weigh you down. Like Oatly is a much better ice cream experience than ice cream. And
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like you can live your day. It's great.
it's the best. Thanks
It
for
is.
helping me pimp vegan products, man. That's great.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
and
Well,
and they are
because of this and a bunch of like, I really try to do a lot of vegan stuff because I think there need. Okay. You want to know what inspired me to start doing a lot more vegan recipes? Less than
yeah,
a year ago.
yeah.
I went to Shojin for Shojin. There's a place called Shojin. It's like a lot of people say it's like the best vegan place like in LA, or at least like I think it's in Little Tokyo. And so I went to this like Valentine's Day dinner with my friend Lisa, and we had their like 5-course like Valentine's Day thing, and it was consistently disgusting. Not even just like not bad, or
Okay.
just kind of like not good. It was just bad. Like I couldn't finish some of the food, and it's like, what the fuck are they doing back there?
What are
And
they doing
like,
back there?
and if that's like one of the best vegan restaurants in LA is like a Valentine's Day menu, I like, let's just all help.
Yeah, no, yeah,
um,
just like give me an apron. Like, let me get to work. Stop doing
yeah,
this to people.
yeah.
You can't do this.
All
Uh,
right, so I'm gonna put this up a little because I'm done cutting that stuff. Sorry if anyone has much to say.
Janae says Brian is showing me up with all his vegan eateries. I mean, what can I say? What can I say? I am but I'm a humble homebody who hates crowds. So I host my vegan cooking show out of my apartment. But yeah, I appreciate the Mad Street cred. It's great.
Oh, good. All right, so let's now. Do you have a grill pan or a skillet to make the corn on the stove?
Sure do. Hey.
It'll happen now.
Okay,
So
so
while you're heating that up, we're gonna shuck this corn. We're gonna get this all this corn stuff out of it. So for that, you just pull it like normal. If you've never done this before, you just pull it like normal. There might be some like hair fibers left on it, and unfortunately, I run it underwater, and I do what I've been doing since I was like 12, and like pretty much just this. It's just this underwater.
Okay. Gotcha.
Gets it right off.
Yeah, nice work. Gets it right out of there. Family show, guys. Family.
Unintentional. So I'm heating my grill pan up, and I'm gonna get 6 ears of corn on there. And so while we're doing the 6 ears of corn, what we're looking for the corn is we really just want to brown everything.
Okay.
And so it's okay to have some char, but the point is that you should be able to see color on the corn more than anything else. I'll show you what it looks like after it's made, but I'm just going to throw these guys on this grill pan.
This is a first for me. I've never just taken raw corn and just, you know, shucked it myself and created, I don't know. It's all been popped or canned or
John, your corn
pre-shucked.
is
So
huge.
I know, like Sprouts has got some good gain going on with their corn here.
Yeah, I guess. Damn, Sprouts.
Way to go, Sprouts. We're all
Getting
very
in on
proud.
that like that good GMO game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I had so many friends in Austin who were terrified of GMOs.
You had so many what?
So many friends in Austin who were terrified of GMOs.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just science, right?
Yeah, you know, it's every apple you've ever eaten was a GMO. I mean, like they selected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry, things taste good now. Do you know
Yeah.
what bananas used to look like?
Yeah. No.
They were fucking disgusting. Bananas, like have you ever had a cherimoya?
No.
So a cherimoya is a fruit that you can find at like at a farmer's market if you're in Southern California, and it's like it looks like a banana used to, because like hundreds of years ago bananas looked completely different. They were filled with seeds, you know, little seeds that like there's no texture to them at this point because they're so small that you used to have to kind of eat around them like it's a prickly pear. And like bananas used to be a little more like round too. So the banana we know and love is like the product of so much like change that it's not like the fruit that we eat today is nothing like the fruit that we ate even 100 years ago.
I better tell my friends in Austin. They've got to change everything.
Yup.
Yeah.
I also run 2 history websites, by the way.
Yeah,
So-
you'd never know it. I love these little fun facts. I'm learning so much while also learning how to cook this amazing recipe. What a fun night!
Fill up everyone's brain until their ears bleed.
It's wonderful. It's fantastic.
Good. What are we saying here? What was that last comment?
Let's see. If I go to the Bender Doblado Rodriguez says, but it is not the same level of modification from GMO to forced selection. No lab required. I mean, yeah, it's a fair point. We're not examining the genetic sequence to create, better tasting apples and more attractive bananas.
Yeah, it's all pretty much just to sell more shit. Like,
yeah, yeah. Lauren likes learning about the fruit history.
Well, cool. Well, did you know tomatoes are technically like a fruit, but they're legally a vegetable? Do you know about this?
I didn't know about this. No, this is ASMR. This is fantastic.
Yeah, should I shut the fuck up while you're shucking this corn? Because yours is so big that it does sound cool.
No, you're doing great, man. The sound recorder will get it on separate, so on the edit we'll have the separate audio. You're great, man.
Oh hell yeah, yeah! Just cut to some sweet corn with some lo-fi hip hop behind it. Oh heck yeah! Great.
Hell yeah! It's good shit.
So tomatoes used to be. So my corn is grilling. This takes some time. So I'm just gonna let that go for like a little while. And
yeah. Okay, so how hot should I have the grill before I throw on the corn?
Oh, just ripping hot.
Gotcha. And spray it with oil before putting on the corn, or just no stick? Optional. Got it.
It'll go a little faster if you throw some like shitty olive oil on it. Because
sure.
I usually have like good olive oil with a purpose, infused olive oil, or finishing olive oil, and just like cooking olive oil. And so that my shittiest olive oil, just throw it on there for color.
Thrive Culinary. Yep, I got
it. But yeah, so the tomato is actually legally a vegetable, but technically a fruit, which you know. But like, I didn't know that the way that the way it was literally the Supreme Court decided that tomatoes are a vegetable.
That's hilarious.
In the late 1800s, there was a case where one of the biggest produce producer in New York, was doing his thing. Then they put on these tariffs on fruits and vegetables, and they put all these tariffs on fruits that were kind of fucking him over. And so he's just like, well, the tomato's vegetable because people buy it like a vegetable. and it went all the way to the Supreme Court and he won.
Oh my
And
god.
so because of that, now technically, as far as like legalities go, as far as like trade and shit
Good point,
like
Bender.
tomatoes are vegetable, but we all know they're literally a fruit. But it's just fucking ridiculous.
That's freaking great. I love how capitalism just, does what it does to language. Like in New Zealand, you're not allowed, or is it Europe? You're not allowed to call plant milks anymore. Come on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is the jig up on that?
The jig is up.
Are we gonna start calling them juice?
I hope not. That sounds so coconut juice.
Juice?
See you, Bender. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, and thanks, Lauren. I love this too.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah. So we've got. Is that a fire emoji? That's cool. So the corn is on.
Corn's gone. The corn will be like 10 minutes. So what you want to do is you want to after 2 or 3 minutes, check the corn, and you pretty much want to rotate it in as few different rotations as you can, so you have it all on one level, and from there you switch it over so it gets more color, and you just keep turning it, but try to only do it 3 times to save your own self, because it's okay if some of it doesn't have color and is just yellow.
Janae says nut juice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, nut juice. Thanks, Janae.
So like 2.5, 3 minutes per side. Rotate it once. Just like don't over grill it. Don't over rotate it. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like make your life easy. Rotate it 3 times.
Nice.
That's it. Like just make sure every different side, because obviously I know it's like perfectly round, but
yes, infinitely many sides, but 3 general areas. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I got you.
It's okay if one area is just yellow, because then that way you don't have all char. You have char, you have regular corn, you have like all the corn flavors in one thing, I guess, is the details of why that's happening.
A veritable cornucopia of corn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
veritable cornucopia. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for being here to witness my pun.
I love the dad jokes.
Yeah,
where would we be without them?
Oh, we as a society we'd be lost. I don't know how we'd get anything done.
So is all your corn grilling?
My corn is grilling. We got about
great.
45 seconds left on this side.
So while the corn is grilling, what
Not
we're going to do is we are going to throw the mirepoix into here, and we're going to basically sweat the color, sweat the vegetables and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? I forgot to cut the onions, so let's do that.
Okay. We want what kind of cut are we hoping for here? We want thin slices. We want diced.
For this, the onion doesn't matter because it's it's gonna get translucent no matter what. So for the onion, just a rough dice.
Okay.
You should start hearing your corn pop a little bit in the next 1 minute or so.
We've had a couple. It's nice and fragrant in here. Now I know I need a boom mic on the Skillet, because there's good sounds coming out of there. This mic just didn't get in, so I'll remember that for next time.
That's good to know. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. We're on episode 2, so this is a learning journey the whole way through.
Well, thanks for having me on so early. That's really.
Are you kidding, man? Are you first choice? You kidding me? Like I couldn't wait to make one of your recipes.
I know, yeah. I'll do as many of these as you want. This is just a blast. I've been wanting to do this with just a friend on a goddamn FaceTime.
Heck yeah.
But no one's willing to commit.
Except for me.
Yeah, except for you. And that's why we're together right now, John.
That's right.
You and me have to offer the world and each other.
That's right. Is cooking shows and good banter.
All right, half a large white onion.
This is not exactly how you're supposed to cut it, but it did the job.
Rough. I say rough because again, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
but we all know how to cut an onion properly, right? If not, we can
Sure.
do that while the mirepoix while we're sweating the vegetables.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
by the way,
there's
we have preheated the oven to 375.
yes. Oh yeah, good call. Yes, the oven we started preheating that before we started the stream. If anybody's cooking at home, that's cool. I'd be like surprised because the grocery list didn't get many reactions on social media, but if anybody's cooking at home,
I mean, why would it? It is expensive, but it is $20 is what it cost me at Albertsons.
nice. Nice. That's cool. Yeah,
Like, this is a $20 meal that yields like 6 like hefty bowls of soup and is rather delicious. Like it's definitely worth $20 if you're gonna be like feeding 4 people.
which I can be given enough time.
Yeah, exactly. That
Exactly.
could be me
That yeah.
with enough days. All right, so I am turning the corn for the first time as well.
Well, thanks for watching anyway, Lauren. She says it's after 2 a.m. where she is, so she's not cooking. What'd you say, Brian? I'm sorry.
I'm turning the corn.
Got it. Oh, good call.
I'm doing my first rotation of the corn.
Still got a couple minutes yet before it's time for that.
Cool. So that's. Go ahead. Sorry.
The potato. What am I doing with the potato? Have we gotten there yet?
Nope.
Okay. I will wait.
Okay.
I'll let you lead.
With the potato, we're just peeling, but not yet. Let's sweat the vegetables for the mirepoix first.
Okay.
So you should have. Let me do that. So that doesn't help. So basically, we're just putting it in a pot. Okay. How do you make soup, John? How do you? I know that's my job right now, but I'm asking like how do you start at the beginning of a soup?
I heat. So no one ever taught me. I just heat a broth and cook ingredients and throw them in there. Is that how you do it? That's on my end. I got it.
I think that's probably the smoke alarm from the corn. It is. Well, yeah. When you eat stuff in that kind of thing, you want to use all the fans that you have in your kitchen, and you want to open some windows and turn on any fans. Because if you're doing stuff correctly, like you would in a lot of kitchens that you pay a lot of money to actually go for and like pay for outdoors, especially these days, they're gonna be cooking with a lot of smoke, and it works. Like having like a shock of a really hot pan helps so many things. Because to answer my own question, what John the way John says, he puts a bunch of stuff into an ingredient into a pot and then he just heats it up. So what I'm doing right now is I have my Staub Dutch oven, but you can heat it up in a whatever you want to make soup in, just whatever pot you got, stock pot of any size. And so I'm going to, once we're good back over here, I'm going to take all the mirepoix ingredients, which is this stuff, and this has been heating up on high for like a minute, and now I'm going to take.
Thank you for vamping for me. Well, I stopped my apartment from burning down.
No worries. So now I just put a splash of olive oil. It's usually more than you would think. A splash whenever you're watching like any like YouTube show or any like cooking show. Have you ever noticed how like just like a pinch of salt or a dash of olive oil looks like 5 times bigger than you thought it would? Yes. That's definitely how you want to cook. So anyways, this has been heating up on high for like 2 minutes now. Put olive oil in there. It's nice and heated. So now I'm just going to like grab all this stuff, put it in there. I don't have a nice mic like John does, but it is sizzling.
Sounds great.
You have everything in there. You want to push it around. You're using a Dutch oven. You want to use a wooden spoon so you don't scratch anything. But pretty much for this, the idea is to sweat the vegetables, which means that you just want to cook the vegetables through. You don't really want any color on them. Because the goal, it's sort of the opposite of what we're doing with the corn, is we're getting some of the liquid out of the vegetables because that's the beginning of starting a soup. And so the heat is making them release that, but we don't want like a charred taste on the veggies themselves, because then it would become more of a stock almost instead of like a broth or soup. So, and we're also going to add vegetable stock to this, and just store-bought whatever vegetable stock, because this sort of takes over. The mirepoix very much like levels up. Like anything you've ever done with vegetable stock, just adding vegetable stock, you just start it off with a mirepoix, it's a great soup because you're doing what people made the vegetable stock with, and you're just adding the fresh versions of it so that you can taste that when you actually like make whatever you're making. So
Okay.
mirepoix is in, and that should
Nice.
be 2 or 3 minutes that we're going to be just sort of pushing that around. I got my wooden spoon.
Where did you?
John?
Let's see. I've got everything in there. I've stirred it around a little bit. Where did you learn all this stuff? Is this just you just went to recipes over the internet? Or is this just like over time you just learned to do this stuff? Is this a talent, a skill? How did you come by this skill set?
Oh, I just used to be really fat.
Okay.
No, I'm really. It's a thing that I want to do with my life at some point, and so I've started studying it a little more seriously in the last like 2 or 3 years.
Nice.
And it's always been a thing that I've been like good at, but never something I took. It takes kind of a long time for anything that you love to do to be recognized in your own head as a skill.
Sure.
And so it just took me a second to get to that, and now I'm sort of taking it more seriously and using it as a skill. I'm trying to help people with it. So
Well, you helped me. So
to
thanks.
answer your question, YouTube.
Nice. YouTube is great.
All right, now you want to turn your mirepoix down to medium.
Yeah.
Stir your vegetables around.
Well, I say YouTube is great. They started putting ads on smaller creators' things, but that's just
What?
drama. I say YouTube is great, but they started putting ads on smaller creators' videos without paying them. So
Oh yeah, they just changed a bunch of shit, huh?
yeah, a lot of my friends pretty upset about that.
Means they can put ads on anything, even if it's not a partner now, which is just like big dick swinging. Just like we can do whatever we want now.
Yes. Yeah.
It's kind of a crazy move.
Yes. It's a wild decision, just a terrible decision.
Turn your corn again.
Okay.
Just drinking some fizzy water, no big deal.
Yeah,
So
no big deal.
it should, if you're doing this, you should know exactly what I mean by sweat the vegetables. They're sweating, right?
Yeah. Looks like it.
Good.
Yes. Makes perfect sense.
This is one of the parts of cooking that is meditative to me. Is when you have like 2 or 3 minutes to do one thing, and you can kind of just like babysit it, and it's not like a burden.
Yes.
You're just sort of coddling this mirepoix, making sure it's okay while you're waiting for that motherfucking corn.
Like how people have to do for me in socially awkward situations. It's very nice.
Exactly, John.
Exactly.
All right, so that's on medium. Those vegetables are still being sweat. So now that they are just like a little soft, we're gonna add the potatoes. So I'm turning the heat off of that now.
Okay.
Now that they're nice and sort of sweated, because in about a minute it's going to be time to take the corn off. Are you sort of? Do we have the same corn timing?
I think so. I think I was a couple minutes behind you, but
Okay.
I
Okay. Let's
think
give
other
it a
than
few
that,
minutes then.
all right.
Do you want to do another question?
Let's see. Does anybody in the chat have any questions they'd like to ask Brian and me? We got 6 people watching, but if y'all are out doing other stuff and
Ooh.
just like letting the audio wash over you in a soothing cooking stream, I totally get it. You're not obligated to return to your keyboard now and type us a question, but if you got one ready, we got a couple minutes here to meditate on our food, so we'll totally answer some questions.
If not, that's fine too. If not,
Yeah,
literally whatever.
exactly.
We talked for a half hour before this started.
We did.
And it went by like 5 minutes.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
nice. Ooh, I like
Yeah.
the you have. I said I like you.
I like you too, man.
Is that a Vegify logo?
That in the lower left corner? Yes. Yes. That's yes.
No, I mean on the wall. What's on your wall?
Oh yeah, the neon sign. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yes. I am
really
at. Oh
cool.
wait, dispute. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, that's
there's
really
there's
cool.
an Etsy
I like it.
there's an Etsy shop you can make custom neon signs, super cheap. So if anybody's
send me
curious,
that,
yeah,
please.
I'll totally send you the link. Absolutely.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah. What's another vegan dish you've made, Brian, that you liked?
Let me see. There's plenty of stuff that I've made that I think is like really fun. What is one of the main vegan things? I don't memorize what I do. I just do it. Oh, I recently made a watermelon soup that was really fucking good.
Heck yeah.
It was the end of the summer and we had a heat wave, and I made a watermelon soup. Have you ever had a watermelon soup?
Never had a watermelon soup. Oh, and thanks, Lauren, for saying we look very festive.
Is what?
Lauren said we look very festive, and thanks, Lauren. Lauren Irvin, my girlfriend, Lauren.
Oh, hello, Lauren.
Yeah, hello. I'm sorry, what were you saying? I apologize.
No worries.
Yeah.
So let's see. Oh, you know what? Something I'm particularly proud of is I made a thing called fruit stand poke.
Ooh.
And fruit stand poke is so for omnivores, poke is just what poke is. It's tuna, and it's basically sushi. Put it in like a salad. It's like a sushi salad. But the way you make that is you marinate the fish in ponzu, so like ponzu and soy and sesame and whatever else you want to season it with. So what I did is I made fruit stand poke, which is vegan, and I substituted stuff like mango, watermelon, and pretty much all the fruits that you get at like those like little fruit stands where like they cut so much fruit for you. It's so fast. Like the skill is unparalleled. But they do it right in front of you. It costs $5. They throw some tahini in there with some like lemon and stuff like that. So it was basically taking those same fruits and marinating it as if it's the fish, and it's a perfect analog for that, and it's kind of its own better thing. Like I wouldn't want to eat poke on a beach. I would serve this on a beach. Like it's really good. Like I would serve this like poolside or at a beach, and the vegan version is frankly better. Like it's really. Let's see what I threw in there. I threw jicama, mango, blood orange, jackfruit, pomelo, pineapple, watermelon radish, just because those are pretty and I like radishes, and baby arugula. Tiny pro tip that I love doing: if you're ever making rice, and if you're ever making rice for poke, if you can get your hands on mango olive oil, please do that and use that mango olive oil and make it with the technique of doing like sushi rice, and the rice is amazing. Like it goes with everything, and it pairs with the mango that's actually in the thing. How's your corn doing?
My corn?
Yeah,
looks pretty good.
Sweet. Let's take the corn off.
All right.
So now we're going to be doing something where please don't burn yourself.
All right.
I know how you like to burn yourself, John.
It's like my favorite thing, but okay.
It is. Everyone loves it. It's everyone's favorite everything. So here, You can either hold it with tongs, like I am right now, or you can just kind of hold it, but don't, it's going to get hot, right? But the main point is you're really just getting the corn off of the cob. And you know how to do this, right?
Maybe.
I'm using my side towel to just kind of like hold stuff so I don't burn my fingies.
Okay, smart. That's smart.
And I started doing this on a cutting board, but I regret that immediately. I'm gonna get like a plate.
Nice.
You know what? I'm gonna use the thing the corn came in.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Kind of a pan.
Oh yeah, this is much better. Because the corn will like spill out. It won't just like perfectly go where you cut it. So you
Okay,
wanna
corn.
get there. Yeah, do you see what I'm doing?
Kind of. You got kind of like an angle on. Yeah. I think so.
Let me see if I can. So I'm basically, John, I'm basically grabbing it up here so I don't burn my hands. As you can see, the corn is literally still smoking.
Mm-hmm.
And then just cutting down this way and letting the little tray catch it.
Nice. Okay.
You can do this with whatever, but this tray seems to have worked pretty well. And I
Yeah,
went to fucking Vaughn's, so
nice.
this is a pretty relatable experience.
I got a this is a lasagna pan. It's serving the purpose just fine.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You know what? Some people also do it with like angel food cake pans.
Nice. Okay.
Bundt
Oh,
pans,
yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I can see how you can get a nice little angle in there on that. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So I turned the heat off the corn, but I left the corn on there because it doesn't matter if your corn's more cooked. All right, so we're just gonna keep doing these ears of corn.
Okay.
And cutting these as we go. John, do you ever make it out to farmers markets?
I love farmers markets. Haven't been in years.
Years?
Years.
Oh, man.
I know.
They're my favorite thing. They're my favorite thing to do.
I don't know why. I moved to California and like volunteered for isolation. I don't know why I haven't really just been going out there and experiencing this place.
I like the idea of volunteering for isolation.
My option, like Lauren got the offer to come here to UCI and study microbiology, and so I was like, well, obviously I'm going with you because that sounds awesome. And so the volunteering was like the moving out here, and then like choosing to be like I didn't so much choose to be isolated as just like not reach out to anybody. So anyway, thanks for doing this cooking show. So that all that to say, no, I haven't done as much of what you just asked me that I can't remember what we were talking about.
Oh, no worries. No, the farmers market is like the Hollywood farmers market is basically
Farmers
like
market.
Cheers. Like
Okay.
people like will know like
Everybody knows your
people
name.
will know my name or notice like a shitty haircut or something. It's great.
Nice.
And then like I go there, Brian. You are so LA. I know, Janae.
Nice.
I know, but farmers. Okay,
In a good way.
I am so LA, and that is because farmers markets are amazing. Because yeah, if you talk to any Italians, they'll be like, "Oh, this is where you get the best produce in the world," and it's true. Paralleled though, tomatoes-wise, particularly California. So we have the second best tomatoes in the world, and like farmers markets in LA are fucking amazing for tomatoes. Like we got this like amazing. Okay, wasn't even that we got a pineapple tomato like a few weeks ago, and just put it in like a regular like fig burrata whatever thing, and the tomato itself, I realized I'd never had an amazing tomato before. It took nothing. It was just balsamic, a little salt and pepper. That's it. But mostly cutting these tomatoes like they're fucking steaks. And they were just, like, delicious. Like, really delicious. If you can get your hand on a pineapple tomato and do something kind of minimalist with it, I would highly recommend that.
Heck yeah. I don't even know what a pineapple tomato is. It sounds like a made up creature from the Avatar universe.
Yeah, it is. It's a made up creature from the Avatar universe. It's a salad dressing bender.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
oh wait, which Avatar? Do you mean
No,
do you
yeah,
mean like James Cameron?
yeah. Arrowhead Avatar, not blue Avatar. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay,
Airbender Avatar. You nailed it. You did good.
okay, good. Anyways, yeah, salad dressing benders, which sounds like an addiction problem actually. Now that I said it out loud. It's going on salad dressing benders. Just
That's
like people did in the '90s before they knew about carbs and they were trying to lose weight.
sure, sure. Yeah, I've been on a salad dressing bender for 3 days. Yeah,
Yeah, same.
yeah. I can't come up with a good punchline, but it's a good setup. Good setup with you.
Come for the punchlines, stay for the setups.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll write the punchlines in post. I'm gonna look so clever in the final version of this video.
Please do. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll punch it up. It's gonna be great. I'll outsource it to a no. What am I? I'm
How many
rambling.
corn
I'll outsource
cobs
it
are
to a
you
comedy
at?
writer. I've got 5 done. So
Five
that was
done?
it was number 5 just now.
Okay, I'm on number 4,
Okay.
so I should hurry up.
No, you're doing great, man.
So one of the things to me is that it takes me forever to cook shit, unless I'm really focusing the entire time. Because it's so meditative for me, it's like a thing where I just lose myself and I just end up spending like 20 minutes doing something that takes 2.
Yeah.
And it's just really nice. And I just realized talking to you and cutting this corn up has been that. So I'm
Yes.
having fun.
Very, very zen. Very before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Very
Exactly.
shuck corn, sweat vegetables.
It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
On live stream with a friend.
Are you kidding me? Like, what else is there in the world?
I don't know. It's what I've been doing all of quarantine, and I'm just getting to you now. John, what do your Thanksgivings look like? What do you like to make? What do you like to do?
So I usually make at least 1 pumpkin pie per year. And since I've been living alone, I usually eat about 1 pumpkin pie per year. And and so that's last year I got Purple Carrot, and their box Thanksgiving was just so stinking good. They're a meal delivery service. They're a vegan meal delivery service, and that was really good. It had all like the traditional like dishes, but veganized. Like instead of a turkey, you do like a butternut squash that's been seasoned like a turkey.
Right.
So I always do something. I don't know what I'm gonna do this year. I got my pie recipe pulled up. Everything else is kind of up in the air though.
Oh, fuck me. You know what? I have a suggestion, and I want you to do it.
Okay.
Have you ever made like a gravy?
No. Oh, it's the one from last year. But if you got a recipe, I'll try it.
I like for my birthday, I went to this place called Vespertine. It's like this Michelin star restaurant in Culver City, where it's one of those. It's okay. So it's one of those places where you buy tickets and there's like 16 courses or something, and like you go in and you're in there and you eat for like 3 hours, and it's crazy. It's so fucking good. But now that like they have plates made for specific dishes, it's crazy. And so when you go in there, it's a huge different experience. But now because of quarantine, all of the fanciest, fussiest chefs are being forced to do takeout, and so they're doing like take home like 10-course menus. And I did one for Vespertine, and one of the things that they had was a celery root that was encased in like this like salt clay type thing. The point is, it was salted, right? It was salted, baked, and it came with a mushroom jus that was pretty much, for all intents and purposes, just like a not thick version of a vegan gravy, because it was like, just like a liquid that was really had a lot of umami to it. It was like very butter-y, and just had all the Thanksgiving spices to it. So the cool part about the celery root is once you bake it through completely, it's very fibrous. So you can actually pour whatever the fuck you want Thanksgiving to taste like into that, and then just cut it up, and it's delicious. Like, it's really good. If I had any vegans coming to Thanksgiving this year that I had like time to make a new thing for, I would be doing like celery roots for everybody because they were fucking amazing.
So what I'm hearing is I need to kiss your ass more so I can get invited to Friendsgiving. Because this sounds fantastic. This sounds fantastic, definitely.
It's really good.
Yeah. Now that I have to kiss your ass.
So now we have our corn, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. What else do we need? We need to peel this potato.
Sounds good.
So now we're at potato zone. We're in the potato zone, and we're just gonna peel this. So grab a peeler, peel this potato, like a person in the army in a cartoon.
Definitely, we're Beetle Bailey. We're doing.
Yes, I was thinking Beetle Bailey. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great.
Every time. Never miss an opportunity for a Beetle Bailey reference.
Yep. What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish you've ever had that you didn't cook?
Oh God. So a girl I dated in college. Her older brother's wife made this green bean casserole and brought it to dinner. And having ended that relationship over a decade ago, the one thing I'll always regret is not asking for that recipe.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I think we all have like an ex's relative's recipe that we wish we'd gotten.
Surely, almost certainly, yeah. Like,
for me, it's my high school girlfriend's aunt's bread pudding.
Okay. Okay.
There was like the first
Sorry
time
for
I
your
ever
loss.
had bread pudding. It was like the best thing I've ever had in my entire life, and I would look forward to that every year. And then I just kind of like forgot about it. Went out to college, forgot about everything, and then I think about that bread pudding and what the fuck it possibly could have tasted like like once a week.
Sure. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry that it's been lost to time. Maybe one day it'll show up. It'll arrive in a YouTube recipe from that exact. No, you really can't. You know, it's you throw it. You
just break my own heart every night, John. Come on.
No, it's a Jesus take the wheel situation every time.
It is. It is.
Yeah, no, very much.
So I'm just cutting this potato into 1-inch pieces and then just dicing it into boards because, again, the potato is going to serve mostly to, cut yourself a few potatoes, right? But a lot of it, you're going to be using the potato to thicken the stock.
Okay.
So when you use your immersion blender, part of what you're doing with the potato is you're just like releasing all the gluten into the stock and then just overworking it until it gets a little thicker. And the great part about this chowder is that it is thick as fuck. Like,
heck yeah.
This is a thick ass boy. And it's hella good. But save yourself some potatoes. Like, a lot of people don't do this, but it's kind of important to. Like, if you ever are cutting something up for a meal, think about the bites. I know it's like obvious, but whenever you're cutting up anything for any meal, think about the bites.
Yes, absolutely. You don't want anybody having to like strain their jaw just to get their food going for you.
Yeah, it should be luxurious, you know?
Right, exactly. Unless you're doing like a gimmicky burger that's supposed to be gigantic.
Yeah, exactly.
Dan Olson made a video about cooking food on the internet, and he talked about how the spectacle was compulsory. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but like the idea that you got to make like the biggest version of something or like the most decadent version of something. We'll see if that's true.
Funny.
Yeah, we'll see if that's true.
I found that a lot of people like internet food wise like mostly kind of want to like watch something that's aspirational for how far they would ever go, and then like sit on it for a few weeks, and then eventually actually do it.
Yeah.
And so that's how I like framing any internet stuff that I do with food.
That's smart. Yeah. And I think for next Thanksgiving, this recipe will probably do pretty well in search results. So
I hope
that's good.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wish
on
we.
Vegify, on the
Yes,
Vegify app. Good.
exactly. And I wish we could have gotten this done a month ago, like we meant to, and then the computer repairs ended up taking so long we had to postpone.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
glad
you
we're
had a
doing it
bunch
now.
of computer repairs. Congratulations on
Ex-
working computers.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm so glad we're able to make it through the stream
Yeah, me too.
without rebooting and starting over.
How long
It's
have
a
we
bit
been
of a
going, by
hassle.
the way? I haven't even noticed. Oh, okay, great, an hour.
Yeah,
And
you and
we already
I.
started broth. Great.
Yeah, I booted the software about an hour and a half ago, so we're pretty good on time.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Cool. So the veggies are soft. I'm going to turn the veggies back on. And now we're going to toss. Let me see. We're going to toss the potatoes, the corn, the veggie broth, the oat milk, the salt, and the pepper into the thing now. So first thing I'm going to do is find my just regular ass store-bought vegetable stock. Let me see. Okay. So 2 cups of that. So I'm doing the veggie.
2 cups.
Yep.
Gotcha. And into the stock pot, if I'm hearing you right?
Boom. Yep.
Heck yeah. You're doing great, man. Let me know if you need me to fill these silences with banter or like fun facts about any of my special interests from the course of my life.
Yeah. I mean, what are some of your special interests? Hit me with.
It started at age 11 with music, and then I got the degree in music. So if you want to learn
You
about
got a
plagal
degree in music? I
cadences,
didn't know that.
yeah, it's my bachelor's is in music, yeah.
What kind
And
of
I
like? What is it? What like just music in general? Music theory, history, composition? Like what do you got?
vocal performance, opera singing,
Right.
yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. So opera singing.
Yes.
Because you have a
CC.
calming voice, but I didn't know it was like professionally, classically trained.
Well, thank you. It is. Thank you for saying that I have a calming voice. And
You're
yes,
welcome.
yeah.
Also, by the way, I just poured all of the corn into the stock pot as well.
Got it. Good to know.
You should have little bits of black, little bits of brown, little bits of yellow, little bits of white. I mean, everything's good.
What level heat?
Throw everything in there.
What level heat should it be on right now?
What's that?
Should it be off heat or any level heat?
Right now, I just turned the heat all the way up because I added the stock to it.
Got it.
The broth or stock. Here.
On it.
And if your stock pot is kind of wide, you could always just add more stock, more broth to it. Because honestly, if you want to make more soup and you want to just immerse this in more, please just, the rule with soup is you can always add more stock or broth if that's how you're making it. And you can always add more seasoning and it's more food.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be eating this soup for like the next 4 days. So this is
Okay, yeah,
this
so
is
use the rest of
fantastic.
your container, actually. So one thing to be mindful of whenever you're making soup and you're using high heat to heat the thing back up, to heat the pot back up, is to scrape the bottom to make sure that nothing is burning at the bottom. Because a lot of time, most of the time when you're making a soup, you're going to start it off at like sort of a high heat and then you're bring it down to a simmer once it starts boiling. And that's because there is like the development of flavor and there is a high heat that will actually cook all the ingredients until they're like way overcooked. So you're actually turning down the temperature so that the mirror pot pretty much doesn't turn into like mush. But luckily for this one, we're making it intentionally into mush.
Heck yes. Mush away.
So now that we have enough liquid in there, I'm gonna throw the potatoes in.
Smells freaking great.
Yeah, it already smells really good, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. Veggie broth. Oat milk. Next thing we're adding is 3 cups of unsweetened oat milk. John, what's your favorite kind of oat milk?
I like Oatly.
Oatly? I'm a Planet Oat man when it comes to the milk.
Heck yeah. Thanks, Sarah. Appreciate it. Yeah,
Thanks,
I'm
Sarah.
pretty excited to try this.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited for you to try it too. Like,
Yes.
I really like. I've been wanting to show this soup to you. So the fact that we're doing this, like, we could be doing this on FaceTime, and I'd be
Yes.
happy. Like, this is
Same.
great.
Same. Yeah, publishing it to the internet was secondary to just getting to do it. So I'm glad we're
it
able.
might as
Yeah, it's a
fucking
good
well,
time.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Make good use of our pandemic time.
Yeah, and so other similar recipes like this one, for example, will use the term plant-based milk. If you're ever making like some kind of corn stew or like any kind of chowder, they'll be vague about it. But fuck everything. Oat milk. Have you ever had savory? Have you ever had like curry oats?
Ah,
So a big thing that's like happening these days is people are making oats like savory, like breakfast oats and all that kind of shit, and it's really, really, really yummy. So since this is a savory thing, we needed a plant-based milk. Figured oat would make the most sense, and it is the kind that we use in this recipe very intentionally and for a reason.
Okay.
It's the one that works the best and it makes sense. So if you're wondering why oat milk, because originally I was worried that oat milk would be too sweet and it would kind of like make it weird, but it works.
heck yeah. It seems to. If the pictures are to be believed, God, I can't wait to try this.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. We gotta prove that like all the photos on my Instagram are correct or real.
Agreed. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So we're on step 3. Maybe the other ones are faster.
Cool.
All right. Let's see where we're going from here. So that's going. I'm gonna wait for this. I already put in the oat milk. If you want, throw in a little salt, a little pepper, but not all of your salt and not all of your pepper.
Got it.
Because like you should put enough salt. Like I'm putting this much salt in it. If you want to look at it at all.
I'm looking. A little bit of Salt Bay.
Yeah, so just a tiny little bit. Oh yeah, I mean we could also do,
Yeah,
but I don't think I can
good.
like. I can't I can't do this.
I don't know. It's magic. He's got.
Is he a guitar player as well? Because
He must
his
be.
wrist is so flexible.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
This is weird. Yeah.
That's how you become Salt Bay. You just work
But
on
anyways,
wrist
salted that.
exercises.
Waiting for it to come to a boil. So while we're waiting for this to come to a boil, which after it does, we'll let it simmer for 20 minutes.
Cool.
We had an oven that was heating up, right?
We do. Yes, I'm at 375.
Okay, cool. Well, let's see. We added the salt and pepper. Then let's go to step 4. How about that?
I'm with you.
After that, we're going to add the smoked paprika, chipotle, nutritional yeast, bring it to a boil. There we go. Glad I know what I'm doing. Did you get the smoked chipotle and the smoked paprika?
I did. Yes. You said the green cap, not the red, correct? Or did I get
Green
it
Cap
backwards?
McCormick, baby.
We got it.
All you need. So most of these, like a recipe for this kind of thing, will usually call for just paprika, but I like it to be a little more.
I wish I could, Deb. Next year I'll come make this soup for y'all. That's Lauren's mom, by the way, Brian.
Oh, okay. Hi, Deb.
Hey, Deb.
My favorite knife is my baby here, which is a 8-inch Damascus Kramer by Zwilling chef's knife that I got. Either you can get it on Amazon or Sur La Table, and it'll cost you money. It's very pricey, but it was very much like a self-Christmas gift type of thing last year. So
Yeah, like I said earlier, like right tools for the right job, and you know, like if you really care about your cooking, like you know, having a knife that's not cutting your stuff. Yeah, no, you gotta have a good knife. Absolutely.
yeah, it's Link without a sword. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Yes, trying to make it through, you know, Ganon's castle with the freaking Kakarot wooden sword. You just can't do it. Can't be done.
Exactly. So we gotta make this work like this. Okay, so I'm throwing the chipotle chili in it,
Okay.
and I'm being pretty liberal with it. But honestly, these are
So
two
you
things that you can do to taste. But I know I have an exact amount in the recipe, and I put thought into all of the exact amounts. So please make it like that for the first time, and then adjust from there after all of it is done.
Gotcha.
But, and this is for instructions for people, right? But
So
right now, like about 1.5 teaspoons of smoked chipotle powder and 1.5 teaspoons, so 1 to 1 of chipotle and paprika. And as you go to send me a link to knife. Okay.
Yeah.
I will send you a link to the knife after we're done. Let me see.
remind me, Deb, if we forget, remind me, and I'll make sure you get the link.
Yeah.
And
half paprika, half chipotle. Put it in there. It's part of what makes the soup orange. Waiting for that to come up to a boil. What else do we have to throw in there? Cool. So we added our seasonings, and now we're gonna add the smoked paprika, we already did that, and the nutritional yeast, and bring it all to a boil. And when it starts to boil, bring it down to a simmer and cook it until the potatoes are soft enough to mash with the back of a ladle, or to mash with an immersion circulator. So at this point, you're looking for this to reduce slightly, and for your potatoes to get soft. So when you know this is done is when you can poke through a potato.
Heck yeah. I'm far away from the mic, but I registered way soon.
No worries.
No worries.
We got a good
Let me know
crowd.
when you're,
I appreciate it.
Do you have your soup? Your soup's all set up?
Yes, I got my spices added. Haven't added the nutritional yeast yet. Is that now?
Yeah, let me know when you do that, because
Half a
it's
cup.
about time to carve a pumpkin.
Oh my goodness.
My excitement, my heart just leapt.
Who wants to carve pumpkin?
Me? It's first grade all over again.
Are you good at this, by the way? I
No.
suck shit at carving
No.
pumpkin.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I'm terrible at it in general.
excellent. Okay, we'll be birds of a feather in this specific regard. That's good. I won't
This is
feel.
gonna be sad. Yeah. Like these are thick. I have this knife. I got it sharpened last weekend. I'm still scared to do this on camera. Like,
Excellent.
Yeah. So don't worry, you'll be fine. But one of the main things that I'm just gonna prep before when you're doing the pumpkin part is that it is kind of fucking hard. So make sure that you're cutting it with some kind of proper technique to make sure that you're actually holding the pumpkin and that you're not slipping and cutting your fingers off. Because the first cut that you're gonna make of the pumpkin is literally just to get the top off so that it looks pretty on a plate. And also, of course, you're then exposing, because you should be able to put it back on like a cap. And so you're also exposing the middle part and the seeds, which we're going to take out. Let's see.
Do it at the same time.
Do it at
check
the
out
same
knife.
time to check
Compare
out
knife
techniques. I love
Good
reading
idea.
the comments. This is cool. I like when the comments like come up.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, as a design decision, I appreciate the feedback. Thank you.
All right, so John, now we are. Do you have your pumpkin? Have you
I
chosen
do.
a pumpkin?
I've
There's
chosen.
a cup in the way of us seeing. Yeah, we want it. Yeah.
Yeah, good call.
So, I'm gonna take my pumpkin. Choose a spot, like, not too high up. It should be about like 90% to 85% of the way up the pumpkin, because you have to make sure that when you're cutting, it's as far as this middle, right?
Okay.
Because when you open it, remember, you're making a bowl, right? So when you're cutting it, it needs to have nothing there but pumpkin seeds and flesh. So pick a spot for where you're going to do it. Ooh, you're using a bowl. Nice.
Yeah.
Smart.
Well, yeah, thank you, thank you.
I'm eyeballing the shit out of this. All right, let's see how this goes.
All right. If I use a serrated knife, will it be easier or oh, it's easier
Nope.
with a serrated knife. Oh, is it hard? Is it going to get harder?
How are you doing it?
I don't know. Probably probably mediocrely.
This
But
is the part that can go wrong. So
definitely. So I've got more of an angle than I meant to have.
yeah, so I'm
Let's
doing
see.
this and I'm moving all of my counters. So I've made an incision through half of it. So I'm going to turn it around and make it another half incision through that same line, assuming I'm going to do it well, probably assuming wrong.
I think I'm higher than I meant to be here, which is a
I think
reference
I
to
did
the
the
pumpkin.
same thing.
Yeah.
Oh no, look, I fucked mine up. Look.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no! So the hat is gonna have, I guess, 2 layers to it now for you.
Yeah, but you did it right, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, yeah. And you've done this before. You've got your picture proof.
I have proof that I've done
yeah.
this a bunch of times, but like
Yeah. You were distracted in teaching me.
yeah. The weird part is that this I think I might have gotten a weird pumpkin.
Uh-oh. Oh, really? Is it
Yeah,
just...
look. Because these are the exact
Oh my goodness.
These are the exact ones on my
Yeah.
Instagram. And this one appears to have no middle and is all flesh.
Excellent.
Which means it has no seeds.
Okay. So
I think I just got a freak of nature.
yeah, you got a pumpkin that didn't gourd. It just
Oh no,
it
no,
appled.
I just cut it too high.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh my god. And so once the top is cut off, I guess I begin scooping out the seeds.
Yep.
right.
So the best thing to for this is usually a grapefruit spoon or
Yes, Sarah. This is
a
cool idea.
or a melon baller.
Okay.
I do have a melon baller, and I'm with Sarah. I agree. This is a great idea. The edible pumpkin bowl, it's freaking
Oh,
genius.
thanks. Yeah. What's cool is that like it adds. People usually do a pumpkin soup in a pumpkin bowl, but I find that redundant.
Sure.
So fucking corn chowder in a pumpkin bowl. That way you're eating something different. You're not just eating more of what it already is.
Nice. Yeah. It's it
'Cause
introduced
most of
variety.
these bowls are kind of bullshit, right? Like bread bowls are mildly bullshit. Like I grew up in San Francisco.
I straight love bread bowls, but I'm entertained. Please continue.
Bread bowls are delicious in concept, but eating them is a shit show if you're having sourdough and you're
Okay.
trying to like it becomes like chewing gum after a while.
You're not wrong.
But this one, literally no leaks. Like it's pretty as hell, and you can eat the inside of the bowl with an actual spoon in a way that makes sense.
All of
So
these things are true.
that's- Yeah, it's really what you need. It's what you want to do.
Yeah, good instincts.
Yeah, so this stream will be 7 hours long.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. But for anybody who's, just enjoying a nice night at home in the middle of
Quarantine.
of the brand new quarantine autumn. Yeah.
Let me see the inside of your pumpkin. Look at mine. It
What you got?
eventually had some.
Nice. Yeah, I got. Yeah,
Alright,
you did have an
I'm
insight.
gonna
Yeah.
do this. Have you ever had a raspado?
Raspado? No.
Yeah, it's a shaved ice. It's like a Mexican shaved ice.
Okay. Yeah, the rolled R was a bit of a giveaway.
Thanks.
Raspado.
Well,
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Spanish is
Yeah.
my, how do you say, first language.
Ah, I didn't know that. No conoce.
It
No
It
conocí.
is, yeah. I'm half Guatemalan and half Irish.
Or no sabí. Conocer is
No,
different. than
no
saber.
sabía.
Yeah, no sabía. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Hace mucho tiempo desde aprender. It's been a long time since I learned how to speak Spanish.
Yeah, de nada. No, it's been a
Yeah.
long time since I've done my Beto O'Rourke impression, so no worries.
Which I just did for you just now, yeah. That's good for basically every white guy who tries to throw out his 8th grade Spanish. It's like, way to go, baby.
Yeah,
It's nice.
like
Yeah.
nice R rolling Beto.
Yeah. Perro. To be fair, I did take Italian diction at Baylor, so I should be able to pull off a Spanish rolled R. You'd think.
Oh yeah, you should. It's a bit.
Yeah.
Rolled R's are rolled R's.
I had a Cuban voice
But
teacher
anyways, the
once. He
reason
told me my
I say
Spanish was
raspado-
acceptable. Yeah.
The reason I say raspado is the best way to carve the inside of a pumpkin for this particular thing right now is that if you ever see them, they just shave ice like really, really fast.
Okay.
And the way that I do this, like, see, there's a few left, is just this. Literally just,
Nice. Okay.
and then that way you can get a less scrapey and more sort of like even and like matte thing that isn't you pulling a bunch of fibers, but you're actually really getting down to the thing really fast, which is moderately hard to do. All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of pulp, a lot of flesh in there. Yeah.
Yep. And you're going to be eating some of the flesh, so unlike when you're carving a pumpkin like in October, you do want to preserve some of that because you're going to be eating it. And you kind of want to keep this part pure, right? Like, you don't want to fuck with this shit at all.
Right.
And when you are actually putting this in the oven, which we're going to very soon,
Heck yeah.
Make sure not to get olive oil. So what we do is we literally dress it with just a little bit of olive oil, and I shit you not, like a few grains of salt. Because the soup is going to be seasoned perfectly, and this actually is going to take on some of the flavor of it. So you don't want it to be over salted, and I salted it like I would normally the first time I did this, and it was way too salty. So it's like, be very conservative with the salting of this, but definitely coat the inside of your pumpkin with olive oil because that's going to make it really soft. And the top part, you're going to want to make sure olive oil doesn't touch that fucking ever. Because this little part right here, if any olive oil touches it, it will start to bake. So aesthetically, you don't want this little part right here, the sides, to bake at all. Otherwise, it won't look as nice.
Nice.
That's really the only danger there.
Okay.
Like, you're avoiding, at worst, that.
Aesthetic goodness. Gracias for the tip. Thank you for the tip.
Yeah, hashtag we eat with our eyes.
Again, doing beta. I got started.
Cool. I did my pumpkin. Let's see how bad this. Oh, this will be fine.
Yeah.
This will be fine.
Yeah. Oh, that looks fantastic. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this fucking works.
So
even if you think you fucked up real bad, you probably did. If you're making this at home.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Nice. Okay.
Thanks.
Well, I got boiling vegetables.
You got boiling veggies?
Yep.
Nice. Turn it down to a simmer. Stir it around so that nothing burns from the bottom of the pan. Now you're just hearing putting some stuff away.
Pumpkin bowls look
ASMR.
good. Can't wait to see the soup in it. I'm with you, Sarah. I agree 100%.
Yeah, I'm also with you, Sarah. I can't wait to see this in a bowl either. See you in 40 minutes. All right, so let's.
What? Yeah.
I'm just gonna get a random tray, cookie sheet, whatever you want. Oh, you know what? Oh my God, you got a cookie sheet. What's that? Oh, thanks.
I hear the sounds of something like a stage manager.
No, it's just
So-
my girlfriend telling me where anything is.
Gotcha. That's a useful person to have around as a
Yes, it
lifelong
is.
ADHDer.
Someone who knows where shit actually is. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Not knowing where things are is almost a specialty of mine.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a problem. You'll see my disgusting cookie sheet right now. Please no one zoom in on this. I think there's hair on it. Anyways,
Oh goodness, nice,
I'm gonna put
nice.
foil on it.
Okay, I've got my little no stick mat here. It's not a pretty thing, but it's a functional thing.
Okay, neat. I just got foil from the new Target that just opened up. After a 13-year battle to open up, a Target finally opened a few blocks away from me.
Oh heck yeah!
Just at Hollywood, or what is it? At like Western and Sunset.
Okay. What did the homeowners association nearby not want a Target or something? Like what was the holdup?
I think that was exactly it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry about that.
Did you stir your soup?
That's a good idea.
Don't worry, I only remembered it because I just remembered myself.
Smart.
I mean, whoever logged into this thinking a soup live stream would be fast is dreaming.
Yeah, I think we're all here to hang out. I think we're in this for the haul.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not really doing anything else tonight.
Right. Yeah. This is my job. I'm at work. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
How's what color is your soup now that is it foamy?
What do you think?
Oh, I can see your soup. Yeah, it looks great.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool, we're doing that. Let me put this away.
Should I grease my cookie sheet, or just drop?
No. Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Remember?
I remember now. I think you said that.
It'll cook the outside of the pumpkin, which we do not want.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Thanks for the reminder. Thanks for
No
keeping me
worries.
on track. I literally don't know what I'm. What should I be doing right now?
Oh, did you stir your soup? John,
Yes,
did you stir your soup?
I did. I can do it
Okay.
again.
So now, no. So now, put, the reason I had people put foil on their cookie sheets in the recipe was so that we could actually separate the seeds from the pumpkin.
I'll do foil.
So here's what I did. I put one layer of foil down here, like this.
Uh-huh.
And then I made kind of a little foil cup or bowl just to make sure nothing from the foil on the outside of the pumpkin gets anywhere near the pumpkin.
Okay.
All right, great. So take your olive oil again once you've done that. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, this thing's bubbling. We got a stew going.
Heck yeah, we got a stew going.
Ooh, baby,
Yourself
we
a
got a
stew.
stew going.
We got yourself a stew going.
Ooh, we got yourself a stew going.
Carl Weathers' best work.
Carl Weathers' best work by a lot.
Absolutely, yeah. Mando's pretty good too.
Yeah, Mando's great. Mando's perfect. How did you
Agreed.
feel about the genocide from Baby Yoda?
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I was so mad. I was so mad at the writers of the show for like wanting me to think that was cute. I was so mad at it. I was like, don't do that.
Screaming.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
Yes.
screaming. Because even after he found out, he was just like I hope it's foreshadowing that he's not great.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting.
Adolescent Yoda would be fucking like maybe he's gonna be real weird, you know?
That would be yeah. Get us all attached to him like a real
exactly.
kid, and then just be a complete terror here in the next 2 years as he hits Yoda adolescence. It'll be
That's
awful.
fucking cool. I hope they do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting direction to take the show. And Jon Favreau is pretty good about remaining surprising. He doesn't like to fall into too comfortable of a rut, so I think he'll take the show in a good direction.
Yeah, I think Favreau. We just need to throw Favreau in everything.
Definitely.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna get close to the camera on this.
Okay.
So I have olive oil in here, right? So what I'm
Uh-huh.
doing is, you could either wipe it around, you could use a brush, or you could just do this, which I'm just doing. I'm just letting it just sort of spread everywhere. If you don't want to take out a brush, or you don't want to like waste some paper because LA just went under lockdown again, then this is a good way to do it.
Nice. What are the restrictions they got y'all under? Is it like a curfew?
Yeah, 10 p.m. now.
Nice. Okay. Well, I mean, not like nice, but
Yeah,
better
Nice.
better than spreading disease.
it's true. Fewer people will die, hopefully.
Yeah.
But they kind of don't know what's causing it. Like, there's no knowing, which is kind of scary and lame. So, like, the restaurant industry, for example, is really like getting into legal battles over it because they're it's their entire.
Right. Well, yeah, it's their income, and so they've got like an interest in fighting the restrictions, and like it's this weird thing where systems have to do what they do to see what it. I just wish we would pay people to stay home. Like we have the resources, we can afford to do it. It's weird that we haven't. But I don't know. Maybe next pandemic will do better. Look at John's foil bowl. You guys are like foil superheroes. Thanks, Deb. As far as compliments go, I'll take superhero of any kind, even if it's just in the ability to make foil bowls. Oh, are you? I'm not getting audio from Brian. That's weird. I think that's on my end. Hold on, I'm gonna reboot my sound card. This happens sometimes. Okay, I am getting computer audio, but I'm not getting Brian's audio for some reason, which is weird. I have no explanation for this. Okay, so Lauren can kind of hear me. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not sure when we lost Brian. I've got your video. If you refresh the browser, maybe he might be texting me. Oh my. Let's see. Thanks for hanging out with us, y'all. I'm kind of enjoying the tech support we got going on right now. I think we'll get it figured out. Okay.
How about now?
Ah, we got you. We're back. We're back. Yay!
No worries. So
Awesome.
where we were was, we are making pumpkin seeds. Not very many.
Okay.
I was gonna mine it. That's a great. I finished writing my research plan. Good
Nice.
job, Urbanite 23.
Thanks.
Um,
That's great, Lauren. Congratulations. That's a big deal for her. She's been working on that for weeks.
Oh, good. Congratulations, Lauren.
Yeah. Yay!
So John, this is an optional thing. Do you want to do the pumpkin seeds or not?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So now, fill up a bowl with water, and just pretty much massage the flesh off of the pumpkin seeds.
Okay.
This is definitely a meal you make with love and time.
My favorite kind.
Yeah. So I'm just filling this up with some cold water. Just gonna bring it over here and continue this like very relaxing podcast that we have going.
This is good.
Yeah.
So, got my pumpkin bowl, got my water bowl.
I'm laying some paper towels down on where the seeds are going to go on here to preserve workspace. So I'm going to let the seeds dry on a paper towel on the cookie sheet on top of the foil where they are going to brown. So if you need a place to put it, that is the smallest place.
That is what I'll do.
Great.
I'll use a linen cloth.
And
But otherwise-
make sure to space them out. And one of the most important things is that when you're doing your pumpkin seeds, if they retain any moisture, they're not going to crisp up as easily or as fast, and you might get sort of chewy seeds, which just happens sometimes because, like, you know, who has the time to wait for the seeds when you've got a whole soup going?
Yeah, I was
But-
looking at on. Yeah.
But the point is, go ahead.
I was looking at online, and you can spend as much as like a month drying your pumpkin seeds if you want.
Yep, and
Yep.
it takes for fucking ever. But we're gonna try to do it in 20 minutes.
Heck yeah.
So I'm just gonna do enough for one bowl, which is maybe 20 seeds.
Okay.
If you're making it for like 4 or more people, definitely go ahead and make more seeds. Or you can always just buy the seeds and throw them in and heat them up with olive oil and the paprika and the smoked chipotle, and they will taste the same. Like, making your own seeds is barely worth it. Like, have you ever tried to make like sunflower seeds?
Mm-hmm. No, wait, no, I haven't.
It is so pointless. It's like, it's beer. Let's see, beer. Have you ever had a beer made by someone you know that you're like, oh, that's better than something I can get like anywhere? Like, no. Like, there's so many things that is just not worth making yourself. And any kind of snack seeds, in my opinion, is one of those things, which is why it's an optional part of this recipe.
Gotcha. I do have, because I knew that dehydration might not work in the time we had available. I did go ahead and buy some just in case. So I might try them both side by side.
All right, yeah, try them. See what the fuck happens.
I think I will.
Using already dried ones is probably better. But we have all these seeds and this pumpkin. How often do you carve a whole damn pumpkin for a thing, you know?
Yeah, not often enough to pass up an opportunity like this.
Yeah, exactly. Might as well. Also, This is definitely like a festive dish. And so take your time, have fun with it. Listen to 2 guys have a feature-length podcast on one soup. Do whatever you want.
Yeah. It's your whole life.
Yeah, live your truth.
Your truth. Speak from the center of your something.
No one can tell you what to do in quarantine. That's the most important thing to remember.
That's right.
Except anyone outside where you live.
Right.
Which is everyone else.
Yes. Yeah. Enjoy.
I guess I just lie.
Enjoy the 3 to 5 person bubble you live within until we're all vaccinated and can live in society once more.
Yeah. Until we're all vaccinated and
yes.
Waiting anxiously every day for new side effects.
Yeah. I was on Twitter today. Two guys, one cup of soup. Thanks, Shanae. Uh, and yeah, the both of the vaccine candidate, both of the vaccine candidates out right now. Like they both require a second round, and the first one kind of like makes you feel pretty bad for a day. So they're worried people won't come back for the second round, and if you don't, you won't be immune. So that's I know that's where we are in terms of vaccine development, but at least we got one. Like at least it's a good candidate, and at least you
Yeah,
can
it's the
become
same
immune
amount
to
of
the thing.
commitment as like a tattoo you regret. Like
Sure.
you have to keep coming back for it to finish, and you're like, I hope this goes well. Although I have no frame of reference for that because I have 0 tattoos.
Sure. Same. And yeah, living through the past 4 years has been like, yeah, waking up with a tattoo you don't remember getting and don't know how to get rid of. Yeah,
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you want to get rid of real
Vi-
bad.
very very badly.
Let me see. Let me get to this thing that we're doing next. What happened with the audio? Do you know what happened?
I mean, there's just a million stops between here and there. I mean, like if any if any router in the connection dropped a packet, like they just forget to talk to each other and you're done.
Well, so we were before this, for anyone watching or listening or whatever. Before this, John and I were talking about how live streaming will pretty much do like what will happen if like a toilet line breaks under your building, and it will make everything that can possibly go wrong rise to the top almost instantly. Like with streaming, it's very much like a what can go right.
Yeah, it's a manifestation ritual for tech issues. Every time you hit the stream button. Yeah.
God, that's so good.
Yeah.
Yes, that is exactly what that is.
Yeah.
Oh
Just-
my god.
Just write in my dream book. I want audio problems, and I want dropped frames, and I want my hard drive to fail. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You discovered new problems that you never knew existed.
It's the best. It's the best. A whole new level of tech support. It never stops, and I'll never stop feeling joy.
All right. Are your seeds dry as a bone?
My seeds are as dry as I know how to make them.
Great. Throw some oil on them. Throw a little bit of that salt, pepper, paprika, chipotle. Those are
pull 'em
some
off
of
the
the
towel.
main seasonings we're doing here.
On the towel, off the towel.
Now take the towel away. Now that your stuff is dry, put it directly on the foil and
Yeah.
toss some olive oil in there to let the seasoning stick to it, and follow your heart.
Aha. Is that a cheese reference or is that a?
Oh, that's a direction.
Gotcha.
Sponsored
I will
by Follow
vacuum
Your
that
Heart.
later. Yes. Brought to you by. Oh, I forgot to tag Bestie's Vegan Paradise. I will when I post the final video.
All right.
Yeah. I guess I can do it. now.
Don't you love the smell of this chipotle?
Yes, it smells amazing in here.
It smells like it smells like it's all you need. It's great.
I'm there's no part of this I'm not enjoying. Like this is all just kind of an experience. I
This is
I
a
feel
fun
like
DIY thing, isn't it?
100%. Yeah.
It's very Pinteresting.
Yes. That exactly.
All right, John. Just gonna remind you: stir your soup whenever you can,
What a great idea.
and test a potato while you're at it.
Okay. What am I looking for?
You're looking for the potato to be soft, like it's
Okay.
ready.
Got it.
How's it feeling?
Let's see.
So the silly thing that I always do for some reason, I take a
Pretty soft.
potato out completely, and I will cut it. So my potatoes are ready to go.
Yeah, mine too.
Okay, great.
Yeah, mine too.
Good to know. We'll get to that after we put this pumpkin shit in the oven. So what you want to do is don't forget to set a timer
Wait, what all seasonings are going on? Like salt and pepper
on what?
on the pumpkins, or was it just olive oil?
On the pumpkin?
On the pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin seeds, salt, pepper, chipotle, paprika.
Got it.
To taste, whatever you want.
You got it.
I've found that anything that's not the soup itself, if it's bland, is good because of how smoky the soup is. So
Got it.
not super bland, but not, you don't want it to be too salty.
Okay.
Because also, remember all of the salt and sugar that's going to be in the corn itself? It's going to do a lot of the flavoring, like, on its lonesome.
Got it.
And by now, if you've been simmering your soup, it should have reduced by, like a half inch.
That's probably right.
Okay.
Okay. Got that
All
simmering.
right.
Got that going. And this goes
So
in the
now,
oven.
we're just going to set this, set a timer for 35 minutes.
$35 on the timer.
Yep. Great. Throw it in
Got
the
it.
oven.
Heck yeah. We're in the oven.
Great.
So you grew up in LA?
Nah, I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area. I was
Okay.
born in Boston.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
So you do know a thing or two about bread bowls then.
I do know a thing or two about bread bowls. Yeah, I grew up
Right on,
there. I
yeah.
grew up going to the place where they invented them, and it's like it's still not great.
If it's not for you, it's not for you.
They're a bullshit invention. People like it because of the novelty, but unlike what we're making, bread bowls are cumbersome and clumsy to eat. Like
Okay.
the amount that you have to rip off, the danger that there is for you to rip it off and then like splash shit. It's
And then you're covered in hot
chaos.
soup. It's
It's
dangerous.
chaos.
Yes. Stranger danger.
Wait, no, it's not straight. Yeah.
But I've never had a bread bowl that I finished and it's just like that was a complete meal and everything worked out well and I didn't eat way too much bread.
I believe you that there is such a thing as too much bread. In theory.
I mean, when you're trying to eat fucking chowder, it's like, well, give me chowder.
We're in
all
the end game
all
now,
you're left
boys.
with once you finish your chowder is like inadequately dipped bread. It's bread that's dipped about with 30% as much liquid as you want dipped. If you just had bread on the side, like it's not solving any problems. Like a
Okay.
bread bowl is confining you to the bowl.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It brings you in under false pretenses, and yeah, no, I hear you. I'm kind of pissed at this bread now too.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. You
Yeah.
should be.
Fucking
Let's
bread.
go to step 6.
All right, step 6. But to make this recipe and put it in your bread bowl just to spite you. Janae's onto you or something.
Maybe if you make pumpkin bread, Janae.
There you go.
Okay,
So-
let's go to 7. Step 7.
Oh
We
yeah.
put the pumpkin bowl in a foil and baking sheet. And, optional, we are making the seeds. Optional, put the seeds on the baking sheet of the pumpkin. Ooh, baby, we're just flying ahead because of the seeds.
Heck yeah.
So we're doing all this. This is just seasoning the seeds. The next is roasting everything. 375, which we've had heating up the whole time, which you should always do. Never heat up your oven and then do it like 10 minutes later. Like, if you heat up your oven, do it for like an hour at the right temperature, and that's perfect. Unless
Okay.
you have a convection oven, in which case, congratulations. Like, you don't
Right.
live in a shitty apartment. Yeah.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly. Yeah. No, you live in a very nice house. My parents have. Anyway, continue, please.
Do they? Do your parents have a convection oven?
Oh, of course they do. They love their gadgets just as much as anybody, and they're all about it. They love their convection oven. Yeah.
Good. Let's see. Roast the pumpkin bowl. Great. Let's move to the next thing because we've done that, baby.
Heck yeah. Plate the pumpkin bowl and set aside the seeds if you're doing that. Sneak
So
a
this
piece of
just means in like 10 or 15 minutes, let's try a fucking seed to see how terrible it is.
Okay. So I guess we've got 15, 20 minutes to kill here. So small talk questions. What's
Well,
your
keep going.
what's your
Keep going
major?
on the steps. Keep going on the
Yeah.
steps.
Okay, keep going on the steps. All right.
We haven't hit.
Trying just to
Okay.
taste.
So now is the time where you can add. So now try the soup.
Okay.
This is where the customization comes in of whatever the fuck you want. I take a small little baby soup spoon. I'm gonna stir my soup. How's that smelling?
Smells like really good soup. It's very full of
How's it taste?
spices. Super good. Super duper good. It tastes super duper good. Is how
Thanks.
it tastes. Yeah.
Thank you. So
That's
we're gonna
really
have
good.
a blended version of this. So now, man, that is yummy. Do you have just like a little bit of heat coming in at the end instead of it being spicy?
Yeah, my tongue is pretty hot. It's like just kind of mildly and it passes through and then everything's great.
Great.
Yeah.
So that's how I handle heat in most of my recipes and in most of the things that I make. They're not like this fucking edgelord, like, oh, have you ever had a ghost pepper? It's more like if you want it to have like to wake you up a little bit, the flavor comes first, and then you get a little bit of heat at the end. So the amount of heat that you're putting in this, like, do it to whatever you like, obviously. But for the most part, I like it to be a lot of heat, but not at the front. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
How's your soup doing on salt?
It tastes perfect to me, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
But
That's
you,
really exciting because at this point in the recipe, what I literally wrote was it should be pretty spot on. So yay.
Heck yeah.
Well, that's how I feel about it. I've certainly got no complaints. I can scarcely believe this is something I've made just now.
Yeah, we did it
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, teamwork.
He should be a flavor, not pain. I agree, Janae. Thank
Janae.
you so much. Sorry, Janine is the
Couldn't
person
agree more.
in the room.
Yes, right on. But yeah, it's like you go to the wing place and there's always like the hottest flavor, and it's like the only person who wants to eat that is like the guy in your group who's got something approved for some reason.
And he's
and
usually like a coder.
Yeah, sure. I mean, so am I. So whatever stereotypes come with that. Yeah, but yeah.
Not throwing you under the bus, but.
Oh no, just all those other coders.
All right, cool. So now it's time to open your cheese.
Heck yeah. Janine.
Cool. How much did we say we were going to put in there?
Let's see. Pull up the notes app here. We got 1 cup.
1 cup. Do that. I'm going to eyeball it. And so in 15 minutes, if you try it again and you're like, this needs a little something more, it might need a little more body, feel free to just dump the rest of your cheese in there.
Okay.
And once the cheese is in there, you will start being in danger of being able to burn your soup.
Okay.
So while you do want to keep it simmering, make sure that you stir it a lot more than you used to be.
Okay.
And when you're not like waiting for stuff to happen and you're talking and you're on a live stream, it'll take you about half as long to make this soup. But
sure.
Right now we're just talking through all the details of it because I think this should answer all the questions that people have as they're making it, right? I don't think I've ever read a recipe without going like, I want to ask.
Like we started off with 6 audience members. We've got 5, and the one person who left said bye. So like, I appreciate all hanging out with us tonight.
That's really nice.
It's cool. Yeah. Thanks, y'all.
That's really nice. I'm glad. Thank you for staying, anyone who did. I'm gonna throw some more fucking cheese in here. All right.
Oh, I just lost audio.
But I think I know why this time. I know. Yep.
So, the next instruction, once John is back, is going to be, we're going to use our immersion blenders. But what it says here is, once the cheese is fully melted into the soup, smash the potatoes and soft veggies with the back of a ladle or use an immersion blender to half blend the soup to get it thick with 2 C's. The potatoes serve as a thickener, but still retain some bits of unblended corn, veggies, and potatoes. So the point here is that we're going to thicken the soup with potatoes instead of like cornstarch or like literally making a roux or something. We're just using the parts.
Battery on my wireless thing died.
We're using the things that are actually
Almost
in
back to full speed.
the soup already to thicken it.
Okay. Whatever was said in the past minute or so, it's between you and the audience.
Cool. We were just talking about that we're using what's already in the soup to thicken the soup instead of making a roux or using cornstarch or something.
Okay.
Your cheese should be melty at this point, and you should be able to stir it in.
Yes.
That is, in fact, happening.
Great. Make sure to stir at the bottom.
John.
I really babysit soup, I guess I've realized. I've never, like, talked through making a soup like this in my entire life. And I really babysit soup.
Nice.
It's like a whole damn thing. I didn't realize how many times I check in on a soup when I make it. It's kind of bananas.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a dish that requires a lot of TLC, a lot of guidance to completion. But the rewards ultimately, one hopes, are worth all the extra effort.
Yeah, and this is the point, by the way. If you want to add a little more heat to yours, I know we were having that heat conversation. Go nuts.
Okay.
But that's where it's to taste.
Okay.
But if you think it's perfect, keep it the way it is.
Okay. I feel pretty good about it. I'd be worried to experiment. I'd be worried I'd upset this delicate balance we got going on.
Okay, yeah, you'll be more confident to add more stuff after the first time we make it, I think. Because
Oh,
you can always
thanks.
make this and not fucking make a pumpkin bowl, you know? Like, you could just
Yeah.
make it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
otherwise a pretty simple soup, yeah.
Fair enough.
So, now we're going to use the, thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.
Okay, so now we're going to use what's inside of the soup to thicken the rest of the soup. Let's use our immersion blenders.
You got it.
So I talked through, I think which step is that?
Let's see. We got through step 12, the immersion blender.
14.
Yeah, 14. Cheese fully melted in a soup. Mashed potatoes, soft veggies with the back of a ladle. Use the immersion blender to half blend the soup so that it gets thick. 2 C's. The potatoes serve as a thickener, but still retain some of the bits of unblended corn, veggies, and potatoes.
I love you, John. So
I love you
read
too,
that
Brian.
out loud while I read that out loud while your mic was off, or while you couldn't hear me. And
Okay.
I said so that it gets thick, and then immediately said with 2 C's as well.
Fantastic.
Good. I'm
in
really
the
glad
edit-
we're on the same page. This is
Yeah.
fun.
I'll just lay those on top of each other in the edit. It'll be great.
Yep. All right, immersion blender time.
Immersion blender time.
All right, so here's a few immersion blender tips. First of all, you're going to want to use this guy. You're not going to want to use, because some of these come with like a whisk attachment, some of them come, just your regular ass blender. What did you end up getting, by the way?
I don't know where the box ended up, but it looks like it's a Breville. It was
Breville, yeah,
yeah.
that's great. That's a fantastic product.
Oh, good.
That's a better one than I have. I have a KitchenAid.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I like to do with this sometimes, though, as a nerd?
Show me. I see your Schwartz. Yes, it's good. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I haven't had a proper
Anyways.
lightsaber battle in decades.
So remember when you're using an immersion blender that you want to keep little holes here under the liquid, or it's going to splash everywhere. Also remember that when you sort of smash down on one thing to like let go of the button, when you lift it, or again, it'll splash everywhere.
Ah,
And then
okay.
remember to not like don't have it on and then put it in, because again, it'll splash everywhere. So let's try to blend half of this soup. Really go after the potatoes, go corn. You're blending half the ingredients to thicken the soup. You're preserving the other ingredients for bites, because remember, think of the bites. Let's do this.
Doing it. Thinking of the bites.
Bring that over. Save my blender.
See, I let it come up above one just for a second.
Oh, perfect.
This smells like a tasty boy. It smells fantastic.
I agree,
Immersion.
Janae. An immersion blender is a finesse weapon. Hell yeah. Alright, are you done blending?
I am done blending.
Cool, I just finished blending. And we're
Nice.
back. Kind of. Cool.
Yay.
Do you want to try it again? Try
Blend-
the soup? Like taste
Yes.
the soup again?
I absolutely do.
Cool.
Oh my god.
That's like, it's just so freaking. I don't have a vocabulary for this, but it's very tasty. It,
Thank you.
yeah. You know,
I'm glad
like,
you like it.
no, I really do. Yeah. If I were a wine taster, I'd be like, well, there are hints of like what kinds of things are good. But it's just like it's got, you can taste the corn, you can taste the spices, you can taste like all the vegetables and the potatoes thicken things up, and the follow your heart cheddar like complements everything very, very nicely. It's a very good recipe, Brian. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you. And now you have a whole new soup you can make whenever you want.
Yes, I do.
And the ingredients are literally $20.
Yeah, and I've already got my first person who wants to eat it when I go to Austin for Thanksgiving next year, because
Heck yeah.
Lauren's mom would love to try the soup. Got to do it.
Oh, that's
Got to make it happen.
exciting. Cool.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
yeah. It'll be. God, it'll be good
All
to
right.
travel again. I miss Austin. I can't believe I don't get to go this year, but it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
No one should go anywhere. Also,
Agreed.
I put more and more stock in mine to see how that would go. Yours looks a lot better than mine.
Well, that's probably just the color correction on the camera.
Oh, sorry. Does yours not look amazing?
It does.
I'm trying to be humble because I don't want you. I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not a competitive person. I try to put everybody on this like nice flat plane of
Nah, this is my
excellence. Yeah.
recipe. We're good. Yours
It's-
looks better. Oh, fuck. That's so good. I love
agree.
this soup. I love this soup so much. I put the rest of my cheese in it, by the way.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay.
Yeah. Right choice. Good call.
Yep.
I still got 16 minutes left on the pumpkin and the seeds.
You want a story about heat?
I do.
It's a little blue. I was 12, and we were talking about those edgelord-ass hot wings places, right?
Uh-huh.
There's a place in the San Francisco Bay Area at a place called Santa Clara near Santa Clara University that was called Cluck University Chicken. It's Cluck U.
Oh,
So
God.
as a 12-year-old, I'm like, Cluck U, that's cool and fun. We have this.
I will do
love this restaurant. And so we went to Cluck U for my 12th birthday, and they were one of those places that has like a temperature like system, a heat like thermometer with like
Oh, yeah.
different like spicy levels that you could have, heat levels that you could have. And it went like the top one was called Global Thermal Nuclear, and because that's what kind of place that was, and I was 12, and it was literally the 90s.
Oh, yeah, when you're 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And so when so we went to Cluck U, there was one level above Global Thermal Nuclear that was called 911 Challenge. The 911 Challenge is a thing where pretty much it was a habanero pepper, and it's the most.
Oh, bye, Sarah. Thanks for stopping by. Good
Thank
to
you.
Good to hang out with you. She's cool. She's from Austin.
Oh, yay. So the 911 Challenge is a thing where you had to eat the spiciest chicken wings you've ever heard of in your entire life. And I didn't do the challenge, but I did try the wings. You have to sign a waiver to try the wings.
She's not from
And
Austin.
it's-
She's from nowhere. Sorry.
Yeah,
Please continue.
Okay. Wait, where's she from?
I just realized I semi-doxed my friend by just giving her geographical location, but it's like to 5 people who know me, so it's fine. But like, I gotta stop doing that stuff if I'm gonna stream. But she's cool. Please continue. I apologize.
Oh, no worries. So I tried the wings, but the wings were so spicy that like you'd go into a coughing fit just breathing them in at all.
Oh God.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
So and again, I had to sign a waiver to try it. Like as a 12-year-old, I had to sign a waiver to try these wings because apparently some people shit themselves as part of the thing. It like that has happened to people, and the absolute top of the line, like the prestige that you get out of it is a T-shirt and a photo on a wall. Like it's pretty.
Oh my
classic.
God. Oh my God.
And so it was absolutely terrible. So I took a bite of a wing, and they didn't even look or taste good. They looked like actual, like just brown, horrible, like gooey, disgusting. They didn't look like wings. So my friends and I each had one instead of having to eat all 12 in under 20 minutes with no water and no napkins, and then having to lick your fingers afterwards, which is the challenge. And everything was fine until I went to the bathroom. And whenever I go to the bathroom, I wash my hands after I go to the bathroom. And so whenever anyone tells me a story about the spiciest thing they've ever had, I always tell them this story and say at least it was in your mouth. Because this that's quite literally one of the most painful things I've ever gone through, and literally vestiges of it remained for like 3 days. Like it was so much. Like no thank you, never again.
Are you okay? Like, are you good
no,
now?
it didn't
Telling the
cause
story.
permanent damage. No.
Yeah.
Like it was fine. It fell off, but it's fine. But no, it's the worst way to enter your teens, I think.
Gotcha.
That's how I fucking entered my teens, and
welcome to adulthood.
Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Thank you, John. It feels similar.
What?
So,
Oh, God.
Look at
That's
your
awful.
soup. Is it orange now?
My
Is
soup?
it more orange?
It is very orange.
It's ready.
Heck yes.
Stir it up. Taste it a few more times. See if there's anything you want to change. And if not,
think so.
how many minutes do we have until the pumpkin bowls are ready?
I got 11 minutes 40 seconds.
Ooh, hell yeah! Let's kill some time. Ooh,
Sounds
I feel like Anderson Cooper and Kathy Griffin.
Just
You know
killing
how they
time at
always
New
do the
Year's.
CNN New Year's?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I think it's
Uh,
Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper now. I don't know. I don't know who does that.
Banter is where my ability to autistically mask. I'm autistic. I don't know if I've ever told you, but like my
Oh
ability to
yeah,
like
no, yeah.
mask and like be neurotypical. Like banter is where it all falls apart because I get lost. I'm like, I know there's a script, I know there's an energy, and I can feel the energy, but the words do not exist for me.
That's
And
so
so
funny.
yeah.
I turned it into a Mark Maron I turned small talk into like a Mark Maron style interview in order to sort of just like, because I'm not neurotypical either, but it's not like I make a goal to entertain myself,
Nice,
and
nice.
via that I end up learning more about people. So everyone wins, and
What
but honestly, just like
wholesome?
asking people more personal. Ooh, hi John.
Yeah. Up close.
Ooh, look at this.
Yeah.
We're the same. We're the same size on my screen now.
Yeah. It
But
works out great.
it's great. But what was I saying?
I wish I remembered. My short-term memory.
Hilarious. Anyways,
yes.
I interview
Yes.
people for fun.
Okay. Okay. That's great.
When they're just trying to get to know me. So go ahead. Wait, are you kidding? Or did the audio die again? John!
Can't hear me?
Oh,
It's
did
not-
you just talk or were you joking?
I did talk, but sometimes
Okay.
audio drops
I
frame.
thought you
It's
were
fine.
fucking with me.
No,
Because-
no.
Your sound immediately came back.
Okay, okay. Yeah, if I were to just like mouth something a couple times.
Well, that's what it looked like
Yeah.
you did. It
Yeah,
was like, so I was like, oh shit, all right, we're just fucking with me now. Why not?
A plus prank, you know, just make the other guy feel like we're having tech issues.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's a show of dominance.
Oh my god, I know so many of the alpha male types. In my mid-20s I learned anyway, yeah, the social dominance types, the people who like posture to the alpha male stuff, like stand a certain way, separate your legs further, no further. Yeah, I know those types.
I just don't agree with like dudes who are like intentionally living their lives with how we study apes. Like, there's no reason to be it's like, well, this is the natural order of things. It's like, no, we've disrupted every natural order of everything and none of it applies anymore. Like, we're all emotionally like the fat people with far apart bones in Wall-E. Like, at this point, like, you know, like, have you seen Wall-E? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And so we're all emotionally like the people in Wall-E whose bones are farther, they can barely move. They're all very happy and it's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I think the way that a lot of people see the way they should act is usually not the way that people want to act, and that gets people in trouble.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's a show of dominance to do whatever the fuck started this conversation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, just talking about alpha male types in general, and yeah, I don't know where it comes from, but yeah, we do. We're sort of. My dad. Everybody has theories on this, but my dad said that his mom said that whenever cars got air conditioning, so people could roll their windows up, that was when the community really died because people didn't talk to each other at stop signs anymore.
That's really funny.
Right.
I never thought about that.
I haven't either, and I mean it's true. We've gotten more and more isolated, more and more atomized, and I've seen a million think pieces on it. But I've also seen think pieces from 100 years ago where they said people reading the newspaper on the subway was keeping people from interacting, and so
yeah, I've seen that like comparison with like people on their phones and people on newspapers back then.
Yeah,
and honestly,
and so
anything that's people hate anything that's new. Like people hated fucking cars, you know.
Yeah.
Like before, like it was a huge problem in I think England. Where horse manure, like horse shit, was a huge fucking problem. And to the point where it lined the streets, because before cars, what lined the streets? Horse shit. And so because that happened in so many places, like it actually started getting people sick and it became like a huge problem. But there was people who literally didn't want to stop using horses. Like it happens with everything. Like in the 1918 flu, did you know that there was a anti-mask league in San Francisco?
No.
There was an anti-mask league in San Francisco, And
Of
there
course
was a
there was.
bunch of different towns everywhere. Like almost everything that's happened during this pandemic happened in 1918. Like people still like are doing like the Thanksgiving thing. Like I think historydaily.org, one of my websites. I think we have an article coming out tomorrow with maybe today or the next of this week about what the 1918 flu looked like when Thanksgiving came around. And basically there just was a resurgence. Things did get worse eventually. And like it's this holiday season is going to kill some people. And it's almost a fact, which is crazy.
It drives me wild. Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving. Please
Yeah.
be safe. Please wash your hands. Please social distance. Please wear a mask. Please don't go visit your relatives. But we love you very much. We want to see you in person next year. Can't wait to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, please evolve past 1918.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
that was 100 years ago, and we were pretty much the same. Like, that's so much. Like, oh, God.
I wonder what would this have looked like if anybody else had been in the White House? Like literally anybody else. Like if Mitt Romney had been in the White House, what would this have looked like? It couldn't have gotten this bad. But
Yeah, I think any president would have done something. Like,
yes.
Because at the very least, you want credit for doing something instead of credit. Like what he did was he looked for credit for doing nothing.
Yes.
Like
yes,
that's insane.
Yes, it's what I've tried to be. Yes,
I hate that. Yeah.
It's like I try to because I've got this spiritual thing going, right, where I don't wish harm on anybody. I don't let myself engage in like the more hostile emotions that I experience. But these past 4 years have absolutely, we all do. Like we want to be better people. That's what makes us care about marginalized people. That's part of what makes us so mad about this administration, is how much they did harm to like our friends that we've been trying to accommodate because we care about them. And so anybody else would have been great. And I'm just glad. I'm glad there's a vaccine. I'm glad it's going to get distributed. I'm glad this guy's getting out of the White House. There's a lot of things to look forward to. And I'm with you. I can't believe we're still
to kind of enjoy this holiday season.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of nice. That was up in the air. Like, oh God, I'm so relieved.
Me too.
Not to make this a partisan like stream.
Yeah, I think we're all of the people who have chatted us up. I think we're all at the very least frustrated with that. They do exist. None of them follow me on Twitter or Facebook, but I mean, I've Lauren's family. I don't know their political leanings. I try not to pry, and so that's of the people who've chatted us up. They're the only people I know for sure that I don't know which way they would have voted. But like Sarah, Janae, obviously they're all with us. So I don't think we're going too hyper partisan. And Debbie knows that I'm super political, so I doubt she's judging me. Oh, Jana, my cousin Jana, she's fantastic. She clerks for the not clerks. She works for the Supreme Court of Oklahoma, and she went as like Ruth Bader Ginsburg one year for Halloween. So yeah,
nice.
we got cool people in our chat. You can talk junk on Trump all you like.
Hell yeah, good.
Yeah.
Anyways, have you seen? Did anyone? It's hard to be conservative when you have empathy and compassion for living beings. Thank you, Janae. Agreed. Okay, this is definitely going to date this. This will not go in any future broadcasts unless you want them to be. But did you see the fucking Randy Quaid stuff today?
I saw the Randy Quaid stuff today. Yeah, and like I was so worried.
Gift. That was one of those times where you wake up with a gift from the internet. Like,
yes.
How beautiful is that? The actual like video he retweeted is well, the second one, I mean, because there's multiple, was just one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me.
Yes. Yeah. And so I'm a person with a psychotic spectrum disorder, and so like I get super worried when any celebrity posts anything that's like too weird. It's like, oh great, people are going to start using my disorder as insults to make fun of this guy.
And then people start using, like, I noticed I said the word insane earlier.
Like, right, it happens. It's part of the vernacular.
I try to mitigate, right?
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate. Thank you.
And everyone should. And so I've been relying on bananas. But
that's a good one.
I think it's bananas that Randy Quaid, that the president. Well, first of all, that award-winning actor Dennis Quaid at the Thanksgiving table this year, like, can be talked down to by Randy Quaid and going like, I don't know what happened to you this year, but the president retweeted me like 5 times. So, like, for Randy Quaid, who loves Trump, this is a good day. Like, Randy Quaid is having a good day. He's having a really good day. Like, this is a good day for Randy Quaid. And, like, they've been squatting for, like, over a decade. Like, so good for him. He needed a W, and I'm glad the president could do something on his way out. Because I think now that he doesn't have any power, I think he's going to realize how much of a fucking trash heap his entire base is. And the fact that he tweeted out, "Thanks, Randy," today is the first of that, and it's going to be fucking delicious.
I think I'm hoping for a very entertaining series of events over the next few years. I hope we just get like more and more comical in terms of our demonstrations of just like not accepting. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a cavalcade of good jokes and nothing else.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
it'll
hoping
be
for.
fun if Trump becomes funny finally instead of just depressing.
Hey, that'd be great. That'd be great. I mean, powerless Trump. He's
flaccid at best.
Yeah, and he's got a comedy to him in just his like Cody Johnston thinks he's our funniest president of all time. Just in the way he just doesn't understand what he's saying sometimes, and it just create it anyway. Yeah. I have a hard time finding the comedy because I see like the harm being done, and it's hard for me to not see that.
The harm.
Yeah.
Same. Was that an alarm? Did it go off?
It did. We're cooked.
Let's get our pumpkins out.
I'm in.
So before you do that,
Stir the soup.
Stir the soup.
Right on.
You can take your soup off the heat now.
Okay.
Try it one more time. See if you want to finish it with some. You can finish it once it's in the bowl with some more paprika if you want. We'll get to that when we plate. How's it taste?
Pretty good. I'm gonna add some salt and pepper.
Yeah. Do you see what I mean? Where like you should salt it before and after?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, thanks for doing this. You've been narrating us all the way through this thing. You got to be exhausted, so I sure appreciate it. I'd be.
No worries. And
my
literally,
focus would be.
I'm not. This is just what it's like being around me. So.
Excellent.
Yeah, don't even worry about it.
Heck yeah.
So it looks like we can. I have my plate. Do you know what you're gonna plate your pumpkin on?
I will find a plate.
Yeah, find a flat, large plate. Yeah, there you go. Cool. I'm using one of these guys. It's sort of fibrous, and it's pretty, and it's very plain, and you can find these at Target.
Nice. Very nice.
All right, I'm going to take my pumpkin out.
Extroversion is a hell of a drug. Well said,
What's
Janae.
that?
Janae said, extroversion is a hell of a drug.
Thanks, Janae. Was that Janae?
That was Janae. Not wrong.
All right.
It's nice though being around a proper extrovert. Like it takes the pressure off. For me as an introvert, it's just like oh thank God. Like he's getting energy from expressing this way. So I get to do my balancing thing. It's great.
Yeah, that is good. I'm gonna try to. Just playing with my camera. Sorry if anyone has motion sickness. That's my phone. Everyone knows what my pop socket looks like, but here's a pumpkin. Great. Now you can see all the parts of my kitchen I didn't clean because I thought they wouldn't be on camera. All right, so I'm going to point this at this. There you go. So just do that however you want to. Sorry, I'm playing with the angles here.
Oh, you're doing great.
And now, literally, just ladle some of your soup into your pumpkin. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
How's that going?
This is fantastic. This is
Possibly, this is 100% the most extra thing we've done on this channel so far.
Good.
Heck
How
yes.
does it look?
Fantastic.
Oh, fuck yeah. Put some parsley on there.
you got it.
Do you have any paper towels?
I have linen cloths. Are you talking to Jane?
No. So I'll show you the thing I did wrong.
What's that?
Fuck, that's good. Is my pumpkin was at too much of an angle when I ladled my soup in, so it spilled everywhere.
Oh no.
So be cautious of that.
Will do. Can do.
But please remember that I tried the extra broth method just to see what that would do, and follow the recipe to the letter. It is the much better way to make this.
That looks pretty freaking great. So just put the seeds on top of the parsley, I guess?
Put the seeds on top of that. Try a seed and see if they turned out well. If they didn't, just use the regular seeds or just forget about them.
You got it.
But you can finish this with anything at this point. But the best thing is parsley. I have like sad parsley, but that'll work because one of the main things you're doing is you're really just adding some kind of like texture to it. And even if the parsley's kind of sad, the crunch of it is amazing. Like,
Okay.
it fucking works. It is
Yeah.
delicious. And
Yeah.
it adds a pop of green, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you-
put some of these.
More broth, not so thick. Jeez, full of great advice. Uh-oh. One too early. There we go.
Cool. So now we have this. I like finishing it with just one more hit of paprika.
Okay.
Here's what my final boy looks like. John, you just look at John's. You have the actual setup for it. So now
But you got the expertise, man.
I
Got
know.
looks good.
There we go. And so now, take a bite.
Okay. I think I will do that.
I mean, it's hot as balls right now, but like,
Sure, sure. All right. Oh my god. Thanks, Brian. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much. That's
You're welcome.
That's super freaking good. I'm gonna be eating that for like 4 days. Thank you
Cool.
so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. One thing I would add is that to this recipe, since we just cross-tested it, I would leave the pumpkins in for another 8 minutes.
Okay.
Is
Like
it is
another
it
5 to 8 minutes. But
is it slightly undercooked?
mine is. Is yours?
It tastes like pumpkin. I don't know what the goal was. It tastes pretty good to me.
Is it
But-
soft? Or is it slightly fibrous?
It's slightly fibrous, so that's undercooked.
Okay. So yeah,
Okay.
5 to 8 minutes more, and I think
Okay.
we're good on this recipe.
All right. So with tutorial videos, it's good to like I usually make them like 3 to 5 times and film it from different angles. So next time I do this, I'm gonna make this again probably in a couple days, and yeah, that's when I'll fix any errors that we made along the way, and I'll actually get the so another five minutes, you think, for the pumpkin?
Yeah, another 5 to 8 minutes, right? That feels right.
All right. All right.
Because it
I'll
should be
remember
like butternut squash. You've had butternut squash, right?
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
should be like that consistency. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is really, really good, dude.
Dude, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, I'll roll credits, y'all. We've got a finished video here. Like,
We did it.
look at this thing. Look at this. Look at this soup. It looks really good, and it tastes pretty good too. In terms of
Great.
complaints, I've got none.
In
Thanks for
terms
your
of
help.
complaints, don't make your own pumpkin seeds, I think. Leave
Okay.
the pumpkin in for longer. And make sure that you have parsley, because it really helps. Don't add extra broth even if you want to. Follow the recipe to the letter. And yeah, I think that's the best advice I can give.
Heck yeah. Aw, thanks, Janae. She should have cooked. She said she's gonna cook. Thanks for watching, Janae. Thanks for
Thanks for
watching,
watching, Janae.
Jana, and thanks for watching, Debbie, and thanks for watching, Lauren, and also Lauren, who's overseas. I think he went to bed early. Thanks, Lauren. Yeah. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Brian. Most of all, thank you to our guest, Brian Gilmore.
You're very welcome.
Bravo.
Thanks for
Bravo.
having me.
Bravo.
Thank you so much for having me. This was
Well-
really fun.
100%. We'll have you again as soon as you can stand it. Can't wait, man.
Go. Go.
We'll see you soon.
Let's do this
Uh,
again.
All right, sounds
Have a
good.
good one.
Bye, everybody.